versus McMinn County for the region championship.
Absolutely. Once again, this is the Cleveland Ford Friday Night Football pregame show located here in the Bradley Medical Center broadcast booth here at the MAC, the McKenzie Athletic Complex at Walker Valley High School. We've got a perfect scenery for fall football. One thing, Jacob, obviously we know what's at stake in this game. A region championship is on the line, and we've got some different scenarios that we're looking at here, and just to kind of guide our listeners a little bit with that, the Mustangs with a win, regardless of anything else that happens, the Mustangs clinch their second region championship in a row with a win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that would – how big would that be, man? You're kind of solidifying yourself as a contender there. You know, you can – and really I think you can already say it. The success up here is not a fluke. We've got a program – I even like to say a program that is yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will. Mr. Cash in the building. But, yeah, I think it kind of solidifies that Walker Valley's here, man. The program has arrived. They're a tough, physical football team. But tonight you can kind of just cement that in stone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So in the scenario that the Mustangs do not win tonight, they're guaranteed a third spot in the region. Coming in third in the playoff hunt there would have you matched up with a 2 seed from the other region. But that's where it gets kind of iffy on who our region champ's going to be. So, again, if the Mustangs do lose this game tonight, then it's either McMinn, Ray County, or Eastham, all with the possibility of being region champs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you look at that Eastham-Ray County game for the outcome.
Yeah, and it like I said earlier, it's been kind of a rotating door with who beats who. You know, one week – somebody's beating somebody. It's created kind of a chaotic scenario, but really Walker Valley holds the cards in their hand. If they win, region champs. If they lose, they're in the 3 seed.
Yeah, so in the scenario, if the Mustangs lose, which we don't want to talk about a whole lot more after this, but in Ray County were to beat Eastham, then Ray County would effectively, I believe, be the 1 in that scenario. If Eastham wins, then Eastham would be the 2, and McMinn would be the 1 for beating Walker Valley. So a lot of different scenarios that could take place here. But at the end of the day, you control your own destiny if you're Walker Valley. With a win, you're the region champ.
McMinn is kind of in the same scenario we were in last year, correct?
Depending on where you finish in your region, will determine where you are way through the state semifinals if they're able to go that far. If you do lose this game in your Walker Valley, you get that 3 seed, you're on the road, which is tough. Obviously, in the playoffs, there's a lot more at stake. And you don't want to give up this wonderful environment that we have here at Walker Valley.
Yeah, no, I really do think that when you come to play here, there really is an advantage. Some places that we've traveled to before, Walker Valley travels incredibly well, and they normally bring a band with them. You can kind of neutralize that a little bit, but when you come here, it's a really tough environment, man, especially when you're in that south end zone and the band's playing and you're trying to get signals in. You're right there cornered up with the student section as well, and like Coach Akins has said all year long, this is probably the best student section that he's had since he's been here. So there's a lot of energy around this program, a lot of exciting things, and you want to be able to host a playoff game here, and that starts with a win tonight.
Yeah, that student section, that band, as you mentioned, they give you a huge home field advantage. Not to mention, look at the bleachers already packed out here on the home side. You look over to the wayside at McMinn, they've filled up those bleachers. You've got people on the fence line. It's a great atmosphere here at Walker Valley for what is ultimately a region championship game. With that, we're going to go ahead and go on over to our Honda of Cleveland starting lineups. So on offense for your Walker Valley Mustangs, at quarterback, number 4, Dosen Stum. At running back, number 7, Javen Hall. At Y-back, number 10, Tate Roundtree. At receiver, number 8, Hudson McCooch. Number 6, Roman Yulo. And number 16, Luke Hayden. At tight end, number 32, Reese Davis. And on the offensive line for the Mustangs, number 65, Lane Kelly. Number 52, Colvin Lovingood. Number 73, Bryson Farley. Number 58, Caden Lassen. And number 75, Jeremiah Townsend. With that, Over to Jacob for your defensive starters for the Mustangs.
On the defensive line, you have number 5, Troy Diskevich. Number 66, Lane Ferris. Number 60, Dylan Sharp. Number 49, Jack Shantz at linebacker. At linebacker, you have number 20, Caleb Jackson. Number 31, Cole Brown. And number 27, Tyler Goldman. At DB, number 3, Michael Woods. Number 9, Malachi Nunez. Number 2, Aiden Burns. And number 1, Spencer McCooch.
So, quick change last minute here. That this was left in the press box for us. Jeremiah Townsend is going to be starting on both sides of the ball for the Mustangs tonight on the defensive line. And big news, we talked about getting healthy. Braylon Beard at linebacker, who as a sophomore has had a huge effect for this Mustang team. He is back starting at linebacker tonight, along with Caleb Jackson and Tyler Goldman, as you mentioned. So Tyler Goldman, another guy who's only a junior, having a big effect. But it is senior night, so as we get into the game, we'll recognize these seniors as well. And, Jacob, right now, I believe we've got the Springdale Heating and Air coin toss going on. Springdale Heating and Air is old-fashioned, friendly, and always more than your money's worth. Give them a call at 479-6363.
McMinn has won the toss. They are going to defer to the second half, so Walker Valley will receive and start the ball on offense. Your captains for tonight, number 11, Zeke Garrison. Number 75, I believe that's Jeremiah Townsend. Number 73, Bryson Farley. And Eli Cross is out there with the team. So your senior leaders tonight out there for the Mustangs. Again, with the injuries of Zeke Garrison and Eli Cross, you kind of have 2 extra coaches on the sideline.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Eli Cross because Eli has had such an effect after his injury. The guy, he doesn't miss. He's there. He's supportive. He effectively is a coach, as you said, Jacob. So definitely tells you a lot about that young man, Eli Cross, who obviously, if he's playing, the effect that he would have would be tremendous. And unfortunately, his season was cut short, but excited to have him on the sideline here, basically as a student coach for the Mustangs. We're about 30 seconds from kickoff, so we're going to send it back to the station for our Honda Cleveland starting lineup kickoff spot.
Welcome to Infinity of Chattanooga. With an expansive inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Infinity products, make sure Infinity of Chattanooga is on your list of places to shop when it's time for your next vehicle. Sporty coupes, comfortable sedans, and spacious SUVs. Infinity of Chattanooga has it all. Shop online at infinityofchattanooga.com or take a test drive at Infinity of Chattanooga, just off I-75 at the Lee Highway exit.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by Andy Morris. And, folks, it is kickoff time in the Valley.
Once again, you've been listening to the Cleveland Ford Friday Night Football pregame show here in the Bradley Medical Center broadcast booth. Your Dell's Heating and Air temperature at kickoff, 66 degrees. And, Jacob, let's get ready to take this one away with a region championship on the line for the Mustangs.
And the kick is up. It's a pooch kick. Walker Valley is going to field it at the 20. They're to the 25, to the 30. He is going to be on his feet still, avoided a couple tacklers all the way down to about the 37-yard line where Walker Valley will take over.
Yeah, pretty solid return there. It looked like McMinn just could not quite wrap up. Number 22, Kaysen Cunningham, another sophomore. We've mentioned already a couple sophomores tonight for the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely. Walker Valley definitely has some guys that are going to be coming back next year as well. This has a lot of senior leadership, but a lot of sophomore and junior leadership as well.
Yeah, speaking of those juniors, quarterback Dawson Stum, what he's been able to do this year, extremely effective, and not only throwing the football, but with his legs, he's able to, not a huge runner, but able to get out of the pocket.
So Javen Hall's going to take it up the middle. He's going to fight his way for about 4 yards. So that's going to bring up maybe a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6. We'll see.
Yeah, Javen Hall, again, a pleasant surprise for Coach Akins in this offense this year. Runs with so much power, and he's one of those running backs that kind of seeks the contact, but when he needs to break away, he can turn on the jets.
Absolutely, and he's improved as the season's gone on. His pad level looks great, running with a lot of fierce. They're going to snap the ball again, hand it off. It's going to be going to Roman Yulo. He's got it on the outside. He's going to take it all the way for another a first Bradley Concrete and Lamb Conray mixed first down. It looks like there is a flag on the play.
There was a great block. We talk about him all the time. Number 10, senior Tate Roundtree, the Y back for the Mustangs. But as you called there, Jacob, there is a penalty flag, and it looks like it's in the area of holding.
I think they might have called block in the back. Let's see what the call is on the field coming from the head official. Nope, you're right. It was holding.
Yeah, once again, that penalty sponsored by Independent Insulation Services, your spray foam experts. So, unfortunately, what would have been a first down for the Mustangs on the little bit of a orbit motion there from Roman Yulo, which we see Coach Akins do a lot with Roman, who, again, has around 600 yards rushing, being a receiver, the quarterback in that Wildcat load package offense that Coach runs as well.
Absolutely. So they're going to go trips to the home side, single receiver to the away. Dosen, accompanied by that. Looks like that might be McCooch.
Yeah, that is. He did check in. Looked like there was some motion, and McMinn is acting like that's going to be against Walker Valley, but I'm not sure from this line judge here.
Looks like they're pointing at the Mustangs. So they're going to back the Mustangs up 5.
And see, this is a scenario, once again, our penalties sponsored by Independent Insulation Services, but typically one thing that I've found pretty common in my research at McMinn, the penalties have been an issue for them. Not starting off on the right foot if you're the Mustangs tonight, being the recipient of both those flags already.
No, going from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 17 here for the Mustangs. They're going to stick in this trip set to the home side, single receiver to the away, Dosen and McCooch in the backfield. They're going to send McCooch in motion, empty set now. Ball is set. They're looking. Dosen throws out wide, and he's going to catch it, but he's not going to get very far. It looks like he's going to get a gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, that was number 10, Tate Roundtree, and it did look like, Jacob, that the ball kind of came out of the side of Dosen's hands. He was on the far hash and threw back across to the near side of the field where we are, and that's a tough, almost nearly width of the field throw to make.
Yeah, it just didn't look like it left his arm slot like it was supposed to. Again, wet conditions as well. You never know if that might have slipped out of his hands, but it is going to be a complete pass, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 14. Hard count, no biters. They're going to go trips to the away side, single receiver to the home. The single receiver is Roman Yulo.
Yeah, McMinn has 7 defenders in the box up near the line with a safety creeping up as well.
They've got 2 seconds to get this ball off. Ball is snapped. Dosen looking at Roman Yulo only. He's going to toss it up, and it's there. And it's going to be incomplete, but they are going to throw a flag.
Great flag there by the midfield judge. Had a great view of it. Roman's arm got trapped, nearly made a one-handed catch on the go route down the hash, and that is a timely penalty, as that is going to result in a Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix first down for the Mustangs. And Jacob, Dosen stummed to Roman Yulo. We've seen that so many times.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to watch because he was all alone on that. They put Roman and that DB on an island.
That's it.
And if they're going to do that, Coach Akins is going to target that more and more. It'll be interesting to see if McMinn starts to shade that safety over and put him in double coverage when do they go to that trip set.
That's one of those things. You got to do your film study on the Mustangs, because that is something you cannot do with Roman Yulo with the weapon that he is for Dosen Stum.
Yeah, they must just be confident, because that they know who Roman Yulo is and what he can do. And ball is snapped. It's going to be a direct snap to Roman Yulo. He's going to keep it up the middle, keep his feet going. The pile is going to be pushed to about a 4 to 5 yard gain. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and a long 5.
Yeah, forward progress there for Roman Yulo as he was kind of shoved backwards a few yards there as he was being tackled. But a great job. Again, that set for the Mustangs, Coach Akins calls their load package. Roman Yulo gets the direct snap, follows those big offensive linemen. We refer to him as the flow show because all that hair they got going on. And they, again, prove to be solid up front. 9:07 to go here in the first quarter. No score as the Mustangs have crossed midfield.
Walker Valley is going to go into an empty set, trips to the home, 2 receivers to the away. They were going to bring McCooch in motion, put him back out, so Dosen all by himself.
McMinn showing a heavy blitz here as they drop back.
and the pass is thrown and caught. It looks like to be to number 6, Roman Yulo, and that's going to be enough for a Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix first down.
One thing that I like about that, they kind of snuck Roman behind the linebackers, got the ball to him before they had an opportunity. They showed blitz. They were up on the line of scrimmage and dropped back into coverage, but Roman had already beat them there. But pay attention to that because Hudson McCooch, again, on an island down here, that's another guy that's a deep threat.
Absolutely. So, looks like Javen Hall is back in the game at running back. Dosen, snap. Ball's handed off to Hall. He takes it up the middle. He's going to get a gain of about 2 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. So Javen Hall on the carry.
Coach, last week you talked about Javen Hall doing his impression of Genty, the running back for Boise State. Just that casual, just kind of chill out there in the backfield.
Yeah, I really love it. I mean, it's something that is kind of new.
It fits him, though.
It does. He plays so relaxed, but when the ball's in his hand, boy, is he something to deal with.
7:53 to go here in the first quarter. The Mustangs putting together a decent little drive here as they are now at the McMinn 36-yard line. Again, the Mustangs got their Navy helmets, Navy jersey, white pants, working from left to right where we are here in the home press box. McMinn in their black helmets, white jerseys, and black pants.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a quick throw to Roundtree. He's to the 35. He's to the 30. He's going to keep going inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. That's going to be another Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix first down.
Listen, if you listen to Jacob and I week to week, we talk about Tate Roundtree and how he provides some great blocks. He's the kind of the all-purpose back in this offense as far as just laying the dirty blocks. But every once in a while, they sneak him out of the backfield and hit him on those little dump passes, and they're so effective.
It's going to be a reverse. Then they're going to throw, but it is intercepted. Threw it into the hands of the receiver. Multiple players slipped on the play.
Yeah, not how you want to end that drive.
Absolutely not. You've got the momentum. You're taking the clock down, and you throw an interception. Good news is it's going to be at the 5-yard line, so you're going to make McMinn march the field. But again,
taking away a scoring opportunity.
Taking away a scoring opportunity for sure. Really, that play didn't look good from the start. As Dosen, when he pitched that, it's that same play that they scored at Cleveland, the double pitch. But Dosen stumbled. He got it off, but it just felt rushed.
Yeah, I think in the right scenario, I like the play call. When you're moving the ball like we were there, just a very unfortunate way to end that drive.
McMinn going to bring the tight end in motion. Ball snapped. It's going to be handed off at the middle. He's got some room to run. He's going to get all the way past the 15 down to the, looks like the 18-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was number 8, Ja'Karen Dyer, the 5'8", 190-pound running back for McMinn County, who showed some explosiveness right off the handoff, but it does look like there's an injured player. That is Dyer, the ball carrier, who looks to be down on the field. So with that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, more of this 0-0 football game, which will ultimately decide a region championship on Mix 104.1 and WCLE 99.1.
Are you noticing cracks in your foundation walls, moisture in your crawl space, water in your basement, or sunken concrete in your driveways or sidewalk? If so, these are classic signs of foundation and settlement issues. You need a local repair team that can solve the problem with a lasting solution. USS has been repairing homes in Chattanooga and throughout Tennessee for 30 years. For peace of mind, schedule your free estimate today at www.ussten.com/Chattanooga.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by Andy Morris. We're back to play. McMinn and trips to the away side. Single receiver, they're going to bring a man in motion, so they're going to hand it off back to the man in motion as he goes back to where he came from, and he gets about 2 or 3 on the play, but not much working, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Hey, real quick, just to make a public service announcement here, our friends back at the station who hopefully are enjoying some Papa John's pizza, do a great job helping us out with our broadcast, have mentioned that there is a lot of fog, as we can see here, especially up on North Lee Highway, the interstate, those areas like that. Be very careful if you're coming to the game or out and around in the community, a lot of heavy, dense fog.
Ball snap, thrown, met as soon as he catches the ball. It's going to be around the line to gain. It looks like they're going to give him enough for the first down, so the ball's going to be marked at the 28-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Cherokees.
So that was Spencer McCooch, the safety for the Mustangs, coming up and making the big hit on the receiver. That's one thing, too, that I had in the pregame notes and we didn't really have time to get to is when they run these out routes, they like to throw to the edge a lot, but every once in a while they'll hit like a post and stop right there like we saw. You've got to make sure you limit yards after catch, and Spencer McCooch did just that.
Looks like there's already a flag on the play. Ball snap. They're going to throw it into the flats. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and a little bit more, but it looks like this play is going to come back as the flag was in the backfield.
Once again, Independent Insulation Services, our sponsor for penalties, and we've had a few of them already with 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. Ball game tied at 0 after the Mustangs were marching down the field and tried to mix in a little bit of trickery, which we felt like, a little early, but Coach Akins knows more than we do, but just didn't end up working out for him. Did see them score on that very same play, as Jacob said, against Cleveland in that game to kind of get back into the game.
So they're going to call an illegal shift, 2 men in motion at the same time. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 24-yard line. McMinn coming out with an interesting set here. 4 receivers to the home side, single receiver to the way, ball's thrown. It's a numbers game. They're going to get it out wide. He's going to have enough to get around the 33-yard line where he's tackled out of bounds.
Great pursuit, though, by the Mustang defense. We see Aiden Burns over there getting fired up a little bit. He delivered a hit on the sideline. And these safeties, Spencer McCooch and Aiden Burns both, are guys that if you leave a receiver out to dry, they will come up and hit you.
Absolutely. So get a good gain on the play. Looks about a gain of 9. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6. McMinn taking their time here, getting set. They're going to go trips to the away side, single receiver to the home. Again, lots of eye candy. They like to bring men in motion. This time they don't. Ball is snapped. Looking, throws, incomplete.
I believe that was Braylon Beard on the coverage there. Did a good job getting in the middle of that. And, yeah, that was number 23, Braylon Beard, who we talked about, sophomore linebacker who's had a huge effect. And talking about effect, we got the Walker Valley Band cranked up back here. We got Dr. Lindbergh music pumping through the speakers. This atmosphere at the MAC is like no other.
Absolutely. They're going to go back to that 4 wide receiver set that they had success a few minutes ago with. Empty set, single receiver to the home, 4 to the away. Ball is snapped, looks, quick screen, gets it out, and he's going to get enough for a first down and more. So Walker Valley has no answer for that formation quite yet. Looks like the defensive staff is going to have to get together and kind of figure out what adjustment they have to make, because what they're doing is they're keeping one guy to block and then running the other 2 downfield. You have to respect it. You have to follow it, and it opens up a big screen out wide.
Yeah, and listen, I was watching film on them against East Hamilton, and that's one thing they had a lot of success is they like to run that trip set and do that. They'll do it with their running back out of the backfield as well. Very good downfield blocking by McMinn, but you've got to respect that deep threat.
They're going to throw another screen out wide. He's going to get to the sideline. He's tackled at the 50. There is a flag on the play. It looks like it may be a face mask against the Mustangs.
So another young man that we've got to talk about for McMinn as we get the call on this penalty here is Cam Miller, the 6'2", 216-pound tight end. He's a weapon that they usually like to use. A great blocker, but also pass catcher from the tight end position. They'll show block with him and sneak him out behind the linebackers.
Oh, it's a block in the back, Coach.
So big penalty, one that we thought was going to go against the Mustangs, is actually going to be against the Cherokees with 4:37 to go here in this first quarter. Still 0-0 score. Kind of what we have expected at this point. Both teams' defenses playing pretty tough. Obviously, the Mustangs had something going before the interception there.
Absolutely. So empty set, trips to the away, twins to the home. They're going to bring a man in motion. It's going to be handed off out wide. He's going to try to get to the sideline. They do a great job of snipping
Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Dr. James Gooden at Milligan Vein offers an office treatment that can make you look and feel better, and your procedure is covered by most insurance. Visit milliganvein.com or call Dr. Gooden today at 423-961-5682.
White Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, "Go Mustangs!"
L&B Appliance is your one-stop appliance shop, locally owned and operated, serving this area for over 30 years. They offer sales and service. L&B Appliance, located on Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland, 423-3.
Selling mattresses the retail way isn't the best way. Most mattresses are made in a large factory and shipped hundreds of miles to a retailer's warehouse, where the retailer then marks them up and up before finally selling them.
Ball is snapped. McMinn throws. Complete. Another first down for the Cherokees on third down. Sorry, folks. We had a little technical issue, but we are back and running. Again, Walker Valley gets McMinn to third down, and another completed play right at the sticks.
Yeah, third and long, as a matter of fact, and quarterback was able to kind of create some time rolling out of the pocket to the far sideline where McMinn in the visiting side is, and had a receiver sitting right there at that first down marker for the completion.
Ball snapped, throws, caught for about a 5-yard gain and takes it for about 2 more yards, so about a 6 or 7 yard gain there for the Cherokees. Again, both coaches' script is working out so far, seeing some success. It'll be interesting to see when these teams come back out for their second drive if they're able to keep that same momentum.
Yeah, 3:14 to go here in this first quarter, 0-0 score, as McMinn now putting together a decent drive down to the Mustang 39-yard line.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to have what looks to be enough for a first down, but they are going to call another flag on this play. It looks like against the Cherokees. I think Troy Descavage might have created a hold there on the edge.
Yeah, listen, Troy Descavage is a guy who he's so long, but on top of that, he's explosive. So he gives guys a lot of fits trying to block him that they'll get frustrated and they'll grab a hold of Troy because he's such a great hand fighter. He's an all-state wrestler. He knows how to use his hands. He knows how to use his momentum and leverage, and he really gets guys irritated.
Yeah, the defensive lineman was laying on his back. The offensive lineman was laying on his back, so you probably think that he might have just slung him down to the ground and got on top of him. But that's going to bring up 2nd and 15 here for the Cherokees. Ball's back at the 49-yard line. They're going to take their time here. Twin set to the home side. Single receiver to the way. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a quick pass out wide. They try to flush it back in. That's another holding in my penalty, but they're going to get away with that one. Ball's going to be marked at the 39-yard line.
Listen, the voices below us here in the stands, we heard several people saying, is that not a hold? But again, the way these McMinn receivers block downfield, they're aggressive. That's kind of their image. That's how they play. Not only are they good pass catchers, but they're going to get up in your grill and battle you. And so it's obviously up to the officials there to kind of dictate and determine what they're going to let happen. And right now it just looks like a good physical football game.
Ball snapped. It's going to be handed off up the middle. He's going to be stopped right at the line to gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short here for the a 4th down and short here for the Cherokees. You're kind of in that no man's land here with 1:52 to go.
Yeah, you got to try to go for it if you're McMinn here. You'd kind of be ill-advised not to. I don't know what their kicking game is. Typically, they usually have some decent kickers at McMinn, something that I did not study on the film that I watched.
Well, 35, that's a long one,
yeah, it
man.
is.
From the 36, so they're going to go for it here with 1:33. They're going to bring a man in motion. They're going to give it to him out wide, see if they can get out to the edge, and they do. They're going to have just enough by about 1.5 yards for the first down.
One thing so far, Jacob, that I like, this has the feel of a gritty football game. You're battling for every single yard. We're seeing, obviously, both offenses have success and move the football. Now, McMinn with a fresh set of downs all the way down to what I believe is going to be the Mustang They've got it at the 34-yard line. So
McMinn has done a great job.
33-yard line, excuse me.
They've done a great job of shaking it up, pounding the ball inside, then getting the ball out quick wide, bringing motions, lots of eye candy, making the defense really be disciplined.
A decent tempo, too.
Absolutely. So ball snapped. He's looking, throws. He's going to make a strike towards the end zone. It is caught, and McMinn will strike first here at Walker Valley. Touchdown, Cherokees.
Listen, found the open receiver. Trying to get a number on that receiver, but just right down the sideline, around the 5-yard line, was able to come up with a catch, turn upfield before the safety McCooch could get over. And that's one thing with their route concepts. They're crossing defenders. They're moving a lot. There's a lot going on. So when you do that, there's the potential of guys drifting off coverage, double covering guys, and leaving someone open.
Yeah, McMinn tried to come out in that kind of swinging gait to see if they got the look they'd liked. They did not this time, or elected not to go for it. So they will kick the extra point. The extra point is up, and it is good. So your score, McMinn County 7, Walker Valley 0 with 1:17 left in the first. We'll send it back to the station for a 30-second break.
The Billy Haney Meat Company has been serving this community for 56 years, locally owned and operated and open to the public. Feel free to call or just walk in to get all of your bulk food needs with no membership required. Keep your chest freezer stocked with frozen and fresh hamburger patties and frozen chicken of all types. The Billy Haney Meat Company literally has it all. Those square pizzas we all loved in school, they have those too. And they keep a large supply of your favorite candy and chips. Call the Billy Haney Meat Company at 336-2468 or visit them at 2154 Old Charleston Road.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason here with my good friend Andy Morris. McMinn strikes first as they lead 7-0 with 1:17 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Jacob, you hit on it. Obviously, we kind of were planning for double coverage tonight with Mix TV being here as well and us being on 99.1, but also getting to be on the big station tonight, Mix 104.1. Glad to be here. Of course, Cleveland did play last night, winning that game up at Hardin Valley by a score of 28-0, and I believe that clinched that number 3 spot for the Blue Raiders in Class 6A.
So the kick is up. It's a line drive. McCooch catches it while going backwards. He's going to take it to the 15. And he's going to be dropped. So not an ideal scenario, one of those that you might just want to let go into the end zone, as he took it kind of on a line drive, unless it would have taken like a crazy hop.
Yeah, that's one of those, ultimately, you pretty much have to catch it, because if you pull off that and let it go and it bounces back in, you're looking at being in an even worse situation with the possibility of McMinn being able to recover the football.
Absolutely so. Walker Valley back out on the field. Dawson Stum coming in at quarterback, Hall as the running back. Looks like they're going to go to their twin set to the home side and their 2 tight end set.
One thing that I'd like to see here with 1:12 to go here in the first is Javen Hall get him going, but they're going to go pass early.
They get it out wide to McCooch, but he's got nowhere to go. So
number 8, Hudson McCooch on that reception.
Looks like they may give him a yard. So 2nd down and 9 here for the Mustangs with 57 seconds ticking down on the clock. They're going to bring in the heavy set package.
Yeah, Roman Yulo back at quarterback now as quarterback Dawson Stum checks out for this set. And one thing that I do like about this gives Coach Akins and Dawson an opportunity to kind of get on the same page and discuss, hey, this is going to be our point of attack after this.
Absolutely, and the fog is starting to settle in here at the Valley. They're going to bring McCooch in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Roman Yulo. He keeps his feet
so effective.
And he's going to get enough for a Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix first down all the way to the 31-yard line.
The only way that I can explain this, those of you that are Philadelphia Eagles fans, like our statistician, Mr. Rob Varner, and you know how they do that tush push, and you cannot stop it. Effectively, this is kind of the same thing with Roman Yulo. He's following his lineman. He's got his running back set with him. They're going right back to it, and these defenses have such a hard time stopping that.
Absolutely, and they do a good job of doing it that time with a 2-yard gain.
I opened my mouth, didn't I, Jacob?
Well, a linebacker just did a good job of fighting through a block and being able to come downhill on it. But really, it's a numbers game with Coach Akins and the offensive staff. They like what they're able to do with the blocking scheme on that. But that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, McMinn County 7, Walker Valley 0. We'll send it back to the station for a 1-minute break.
Is your home too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter? At Central Heat and Air, your local HVAC experts, we've got you covered. Our top-notch technicians provide fast, reliable service to keep your home comfortable year-round. From installation to maintenance, we handle it all. You'll never be left out in the cold or the heat. Call Central Heat and Air today at 423-478-7778. That's 423-478-7778. Or visit us online at docsair.com. That's DOCSAIR.com. Central Heat and Air, your healthy home company.
When you need a new roof, it's all about trust. Your home is too big of an investment and you can't afford to make a mistake. Cleveland Plywood has the products and expertise you're looking for. Contractors have trusted them for over 50 years. Cleveland Plywood carries only proven products from reputable suppliers like IKO. IKO Cambridge is one of the heaviest weight asphalt shingles you can buy. Ask the experts at Cleveland Plywood to show you why that's important. Plus, IKO's limited warranties are among the industry's best. Protect the investment you made in your home. Go with the pros at Cleveland Plywood. Visit them at 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley Sports, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Walker Valley comes out in the trip set, single receiver to the away side. They're going to send a man in motion, Dosen, by himself. Now with the empty set, he drops back, looking to throw. He's going to throw one, and it's going to sail over the intended receiver, number one, Spencer McCooch.
Yeah, not quite able to be on the same page, but again, a safe throw there by Dosen, putting it into the McMinn sideline. The Mustangs now at the start of the second quarter, as a matter of fact, 11:54 to go till halftime. They've got the ball at their own 33-yard line with their backs to the band, marching from right to left here where we are in the home press box.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. 11:54 here in the second quarter. They're going to stay in the trips to the home side, single receiver to the away. Dosen going to send a man in motion. Ball snapped. Looking, quick throw, caught, makes the first guy miss. He's got some room to run. He's going to be to the 45. He's to the 50, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So Walker Valley does a good job on 3rd and long answering.
Yeah, that was Hudson McCooch, number 8. And since we've had him back healthy, he's been such a game changer on just a good slant route right there, and was able to make a couple DBs miss as he kept kind of cutting under and worked his way to the McMinn sideline there on the far side of the field, hit the sideline right across the 50, right where you have him at, Jacob, at the 49 of McMinn.
Snap. It's going to be a handoff to Hall up the middle. Not much room to work with there. McMinn stuffs it for about a 1-yard gain, maybe 2 on the play. They're going to mark the ball down at the 47.5-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, up to this point, McMinn has done a pretty good job controlling the Mustang run game. The success that we have seen for Walker Valley has been Roman Yulo in that load set. Just a matter of time to get Javen going, though, because we know how effective he can be, and this McMinn defensive line is solid, but the Mustangs are going to hopefully wear him down.
Dosen looks, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. He slips on the turf and drops it. They go to their flood concept, the level scheme that we talked about there for the Mustangs. Found the guy at the second level, but was unable to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that one intended for Tate Roundtree as he kind of turned back towards Dosen's thumb and went into a baseball type of slide. Tried to basket catch the football, not able to hold on to it as it bounced off the turf back into his arm. So 11:03 to go here in the second quarter. McMinn leading Walker Valley 7-0 with the Mustangs at the McMinn 47.
Yulo is going to keep it on the snap. He's going to try to get out wide, bounces it back in, keeps his feet moving, is going to get down to the 44-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 45-yard line. It looks like Coach Akins is thinking 2-down territory. I thought that when he brought the heavy set package in. It's going to be 4th and 6 for the Mustangs. Dosen returns as the quarterback. I mean, for sure I would expect a hard count here and to get his call with 26 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, you also, when you do this, you try to get them on a hard count, but you get a look at the defense, and if you see something you like, you go with it.
Ball snapped. They're going for it. Dosen looking. It's going to be a screen, caught, and dropped by number 7, Hall. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. A big moment there for McMinn as they're going to get good field position here at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's one, too. There was a defender for McMinn in the area, but he was the only guy. 3 blockers for the Mustangs. If Javen's able to break that tackle, who knows what could have happened, but unfortunately just kind of got ahead of himself, looked upfield before he maintained the catch. So with that, a turnover, and McMinn takes over now at their own 45-yard line.
So McMinn, after a 95-yard drive, now has the ball back on their 45, much better field position this time. They're going to go twins to both sides. They're going to bring the tight end in motion. Ball is snapped. It's going to be handed off tackle. He's going to bounce it back into the middle, and he keeps his feet moving. He's going to get enough for about a 7-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
That's number 10, Jacob Sharp, on the carry for the Cherokees, listed as 5'7", 148 pounds. He's a senior, listed also as an athlete. So he's a guy that we see they run that jet sweep with him as well. Very athletic young man that obviously runs hard as well.
Absolutely. This is a battle in the trenches tonight for sure between the defensive line and the offensive line on both sides of the ball. McMinn comes back out in the same twin set. Ball snapped. They're looking to throw. He drops back, looking, has a man coming off the edge, flushes him, but he escapes pressure, and he's going to scramble for a first down. Walker Valley almost had him.
Listen, that was an intelligent football play. Great pressure on the quarterback from the Mustangs, but number 4 quarterback for McMinn, Luke Lawson, stepped up in the pocket and felt that pressure and just took off and smartly slides before any contact. So just a good football play from the McMinn quarterback, Lawson.
McMinn marching down the field. They're going to come back in this 4 wide receiver set. Let's see if the Walker Valley defense has an answer for it. Ball snap. They're looking deep this time. Looking, has pressure. He steps up. He's going to make the first guy miss, and he's going to take it all the way to the 35-yard line where he walks out of bounds. So that's going to be a gain of about 8 on the play.
So the coverage from the Mustang secondary is kind of what's making this occur. They're doing a great job locking up these receivers right now on this drive, but what's happening is there's no one left in midfield, and the quarterback for McMinn, Lawson's taking off and picking up big yardage.
So they're going to stay with it here in this 4 wide receiver set, out wide, single receiver with the quarterback in empty. Ball is snapped. Looking, it's going to be he keeps it.
There he goes again.
He's going to take off. Walker Valley does a better job of pursuing him this time for a loss, maybe right back to the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you what happened there, Coach. I don't know if
Tyler
you saw
Goldman with a great open field tackle.
Tyler Goldman with the tackle, but Walker Valley jumped the screen that time, and he knew the quarterback. It was honestly a good play by the quarterback not to throw that ball into trouble, and then he just decided to tuck it and keep it and try to make something happen.
And Lawson, the quarterback for McMinn, only a sophomore, making some very wise decisions out here for the McMinn County Cherokees tonight in this game, which, as we've said it many times, we'll keep saying it, is ultimately a region championship game. If you win and you're Walker Valley, you are crowned region champs. 8:20 to go till halftime. McMinn driving with the lead, 7-0, facing a 3rd and 1 on the Mustang 33-yard line.
So they are going to snap it. It's going to be a handoff off tackle, and he's going to be still on his feet, avoids the first 2 tackles. It looks like he's got enough for the first down, though.
And on that play, I believe it was either Goldman or Beard from the linebacker position for the Mustang did a good job getting into the backfield to wrap up number 10, Jacob Sharp. But Sharp just keeps turning those feet and battling and is able to slip away and get that first down.
Yeah, for sure. So far, a trend that I've seen is when they bring the big number 37 in motion for the Cherokees and they put him behind the line of scrimmage, they're trying to run behind him, and they're able to get a few yards every time they do it.
And obviously they're using 37. That's Cam Miller, the big tight end, 6'2", 216. I kind of noticed him watching film. They're using him as a decoy a little bit as they've got some other weapons. As Troy Duskevich is going to, unfortunately, as he brings the quarterback down, it looks like they're going to call hands to the face.
Yeah, did a good job of working his way around the offensive lineman. Let's see what it looks like. They would signaled over to coach.
Could be a holding call. Could be. I hope that's the case. It looked like Troy, again, we talk about how long Troy is. He's got a wingspan on him, and he was able to reach out and get to the quarterback. Hopefully that is not the call. It is a holding call. That's a huge penalty.
Yeah, that's going to back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it looked like the spot of the foul was already in the backfield. So,
once again, that penalty sponsored by Independent Insulation Services, your spray foam experts.
1st and 20, that's going to back them up to the 40-yard line. Dale's Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's, justcalldales.com. Trip set, going to be a fake handoff. They throw the screen. It's, nearly intercepted.
That was number 3 for the Mustangs. Michael Wood jumping the route. What was almost a guaranteed interception, had his momentum going, and had to reach back to try to pick that one off, hit him right in the hands. But you know that's one of those things. You get the momentum going, you get a little bit ahead of yourself as you jump the route, just not able to pull it in. But a huge deflection, because if the receiver gets that ball, he's running.
Well, if Michael Wood catches that
He's
ball,
scoring.
that's the house call.
No doubt about it.
He definitely jumped that route, did a great job there.
Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. For all your orthopedic needs, visit them online at voitech.com.
They're going to bring a man in motion out of the trip set. They're going to bring him back in motion to the other side. It's going to be a handoff out wide. Walker Valley unable to tackle him before he gets about a 7-yard gain on the play. But again, McMinn, coach, does a great job of showing you all this eye candy of motioning things in and out and around. They do a great job of making defenses think before the play actually happens.
Well, and again, right there, that's what Coach Aikens talked about, that power counter. They bring him in motion. They're almost showing jet sweep, hand it off, and he cuts right back where he came from. 6:47 to go till halftime. 3rd down and 14 for McMinn.
Ball snap. They're going to throw the deep one. It's caught. It's going to be a touchdown.
That route was jumped by number 2, Aiden Burns, and not able to get a hand on it. He was there, but it just snuck over his outreached hand, and the receiver was able to walk in. So McMinn taking a 2-score lead with 6:36 to go till halftime. And I tell you what, if Aiden Burns gets a piece of that, that's a huge jump. But I'm telling you, just by a hair, just missed the football.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it shows that McMinn is exploiting something that they like with that 4 wide receiver set. Have run it a couple different times already so far in this first half of the game, and it's been successful so far.
Tell you what, Lawson has got one heck of an arm as the Mustangs nearly blocked the extra point, but it is good. So with that, McMinn County 14, Walker Valley 0, with 6:36 to go till halftime. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Check out the great deals this October at the Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland Youth Pick event. New 2024 Kick, Sentra, or Versa. $0 down and just $295 per month. Plus, you can save up to $3,500 on new Frontiers, Rogues, and Pathfinders. Want to trade in your old car? Mountain View Nissan offers up to $5,000 over book value for your trade. Shop in person on Exit 20 off I-75.
Visit cleveland-nissan.com.
Payments are per month for 84 months. Does not include tax, tag, title, or dealer doc fee of $6.99. Must finance through the dealer. Subject to credit approval and pick from new dealer stock. See dealer for details.
Toyota of Cleveland's 9th annual Trunk or Treat is coming soon. Saturday, October 26th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Toyota of Cleveland. You can drive through and see all the Halloween costumes and grab bags of treats. For more details or to be a sponsor, you can go to toyotaofcleveland.com for all the details. Trunk or Treat at Toyota of Cleveland, October 26th starting at 5 p.m. Exit 20 off of I-75. Make sure you get in line early.
Duracell in Cleveland is now hiring mechanical skilled technicians from $22.17 to $27 per hour. Excellent benefits beginning day one. Medical, dental, and vision insurance. Paid vacation, holiday pay, 401k tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply at Duracell.com.
Walker Valley takes the kick again. McMinn with great coverage. They're going to drop him about the 20-yard line, where Walker Valley will take over again. But Coach, you're kind of getting into that. You're kind of getting into that feeling like Walker Valley's got to have an answer here.
Yeah, that was number 22, Kason Cunningham on the return. Does get across the 20-yard line, so better field position to start this drive for Walker Valley at the 21. You're exactly right, though, and we talked during the break there. We're 2 big plays away from this game being tied 7-7. The dropped interception, pass deflection by Michael Wood, and then Aiden Burns just tipping that football, just getting a finger on it, completely changes the outcome there. But you've got to lock in here if you're this Walker Valley offense, put together another solid drive. You know you can move the football. And listen, when you've got Roman Yulo on the field, anything can happen at any moment in time for this Mustang offense.
Absolutely. So ball snap, Dosen looking. They're going to run that flood concept. They're going to throw it to number 10. They're going to get right back to the line of scrimmage to Tate Roundtree. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the clock down to 6:15. Mustangs pick up a couple on that one, so it's going to bring up actually 1 yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Looking like we've got McCooch and Yulo here to this near side.
Ball is not snapped. They're going to go hard count, no biters. McMinn looks like they kind of do the same thing we do with lining up about a yard off the ball so that if something like that does happen, they're able to get back. It's going to be a handoff to Hall. He's going to bounce it outside, but McMinn is all over it as he's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, this McMinn defense is playing very energized, extremely fired up. During pregame, I kind of noticed down there on the track as I was watching them warm up a little bit, they had energy the whole time, and they've been bringing it this entire game. So if you're this Walker Valley offensive line, you've got to match that energy and establish that run game as they're facing a 3rd and 8 from their own 22-yard line.
Looks like they're going to go to an empty set, trips to the away, 2 receivers, the twin set to the home. That does put Roman Yulo on an island out here with the receiver. They're going to shift. They gave time for McMinn to make an adjustment. Now they're going to be able to flow to safety over top. Stum takes a snap, a little low, looking, throws, has his man caught, and falls very awkwardly. Roman Yulo
pops right back up. The kid is so tough. Jersey pulled off his shoulder pad, landed kind of on his shoulder and his neck a little bit. He went up for the football full extension and had his feet taken out from under him. Again, a dangerous play there, but Roman showing that toughness, maintaining the catch and getting a Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix first down for the Mustangs. They've got this one now marked at the Mustang 37-yard line as they have a fresh set of downs with 4:52 to go till halftime. McMinn leading 14-0.
Stum takes the snap. This one is going to be blown dead. Let's see what the call is. Looking for a flag. I never saw one fly up in the air.
Yeah, I think this might be, from the looks, it looks like there's a discussion. It might be a official timeout. Yeah, prior to the snap, it looks like that was an official timeout. I don't think that's going to be charged to either team as they're trying to get something figured out. Yep.
So we will see if we get an answer. We're not sure that we will, though. We'll see what they're communicating up here. It looks like they're talking maybe a clock issue.
A Chick-fil-A located on Keith Street and Paul Huff Parkway. Download the Chick-fil-A app today. Also, Crown, your Jeep and Ram headquarters in Southeast Tennessee, located on I-75 at exit 20.
So looks like they've figured out whatever was the issue. It was an official's timeout. It might have been a clock issue, but the clock is now set at 4:39. McMinn leads 14-0 here in the second quarter. Walker Valley does a good job of responding on that 3rd and long. Roman Yulo, a fearless player, goes up and grabs the ball, takes a hit at the knees, and is kind of flipped over, lands awkwardly, so he's going to be out for this play. But we will keep you updated on his return.
Yeah, one thing that you've got to do here with 4:25 clock is rolling. If you're the Mustangs offense, you've got to get something going here, go down and score because McMinn does get the ball after half.
And there is McCooch, and there's going to be a flag by McMinn. Again, though, Coach, those are timely penalties for McMinn, because that's really twice now that Walker Valley has had the jump and had a ball that could result in a massive play that only ends up in 15 yards.
Yeah, another go route. This time it's Hudson McCooch, number 8 for the Mustangs, and really makes a good effort. And I enjoyed watching a battle downfield for position because the McMinn receiver, I'll give him credit, was going for an interception, but as the ball was getting there, he started pulling Hudson down as he was going up for the ball. So a warranted penalty call there, once again sponsored by Independent Insulation Services, and a big one as that's a first down for your Mustangs.
That's going to bring us to the 48-yard line on the other side of the 50. Good news, Roman Yulo has checked back into the football game. What a tough young man he is. Stum, snaps. It's going to be a handoff to Hall. He makes the first guy miss, keeps his feet rolling. He's going to be pushed, and the momentum will be stopped around the 41-yard line.
And that's one of those typical Javen Hall runs we've been looking for, able to be patient as he's getting the football, let the offensive line develop the running lane, and he hit the hole hard and was able to get a big chunk of yards. It looks like nearly 7-8 yards.
So 2nd and 3 here for the Mustangs. They're going to stay in the same kind of bunch set, 2 receivers to the home side. Stum snaps low, but gets it. They send pressure off the edge. He is sacked. That's a fumble. Got to get on the football. And it looks like McMinn is going to recover. So, again, the big momentum plays here for the Mustangs, for the Cherokees, have been what has determined this game so far.
There was an unblocked man coming, and I'd like to be able to see. I think it was like a nickel blitz.
Yeah, it was a blitz off the edge.
Yeah, and he was unblocked and had a clean shot at quarterback Dosen Stum right as Dosen was bringing the ball up to attempt a pass. And as soon as he hit him, the ball just flies right out of his hand. So big plays from McMinn have been the difference up to this point. With 3:29 till halftime, they lead 14-0 over the Mustangs.
Yeah, been kind of a shocker here so far. You know, you're just a couple big plays away for the Mustangs and being right in this game. But now McMinn really looking to kind of stamp this one in here. But
Mustangs respond as the ball's on the ground.
And we've got it back.
I tell you what, Troy Diskevich is a monster. Don't get in his way.
Just as I'm about to see doom and gloom over here, Walker Valley Mustangs answer back and get the ball back here with 3 minutes and 22 seconds here to go in the half. Again, a big momentum play. This has been a football game, Coach.
I tell you what, these guys playing with some passion for sure. Troy Diskevich is such a mild-mannered young man. We know he's a heck of a wrestler, all-state wrestler, as we've said many times, was able to just battle, get inside position there and get to the quarterback and strip the football. It's on the ground. The Mustangs do a great job recognizing that. Nearly a couple takeaways for the Mustangs tonight. That's one thing that they've done good all season long is getting to the quarterback, stripping the football, forcing those turnovers, and that is going to be a factor when you're down 2 scores like they are.
Absolutely. So they're going to take a timeout. McMinn is taking a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll send it back to the stations for 30 seconds. We'll be back in 30.
Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix is a family-owned business and has been serving Cleveland for 40 years. They work with customers large and small. Call Bradley Concrete at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
Harry's Truck Stop is here. Harry's Truck Stop, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston, featuring a full-service deli plus meat, 3 fountain drinks, and more. Harry's Truck Stop is here, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. They are open to the public. 3:22 to go till halftime. Mustangs trailing McMinn County 14-0, but a huge turnover after the Mustangs fumble. Troy Diskevich able to get to the quarterback, knock the ball loose.
Yeah, and number 60, I believe that's Sharp, Coach.
That is.
Sharp was on the recovery. So
senior Dylan Sharp, defensive tackle for the Mustangs.
Stum drops back, quick pass over the middle to Yulo, stop and goes. He's going to keep up on his feet. He's going to get a gain of about 8 on the play, back kind of where this all started, back around the 47, 48-yard line.
So listen, number 37, the tight end / linebacker for McMinn, Cam Miller, is a physical kid, but a mismatch for the Mustangs' favor with him trying to cover Roman Yulo. Roman Yulo putting on a little bit of a route running clinic on him as he's much quicker than the big 37.
So they're going to bring man off the field. They've got trips to the – let's see what happens. There's a flag on the play, and Coach Akins is about to go nuclear.
Yeah, it looks like there was an illegal substitution. Once again, that penalty sponsored by Independent Insulation Services. Tate Roundtree, they were trying to get him off the field, but by the time he was near the sideline, Dosen Stum was ready to run the offense and snap the football. Didn't see that exchange with his personnel there, so that is going to be against the Mustangs. Can't have those things happening when you're putting together a drive off of some momentum. It kind of kills the momentum.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 7 now. Ball snap. Stum looks, quick throw, gets it out. Going to turn it back upfield. He's going to go down about at the 45-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 here for the Mustangs. And you better believe they're bringing in the heavy set.
Yeah, Hudson McCooch was the receiver on that play. Hudson's been so sure-handed along with Roman Yulo. The weapons at the receiver positions really in the Drew Akins era seems to be like an unlimited group of guys that just keep pumping through this system.
So big 3rd and 1 here for Coach Akins and his crew. They are in the heavy set package. They're going to bring a man in motion across the face of Yulo. Yulo going to lower his head and go. He has enough for the first down and more.
It's hard to stop.
He's going to get a gain of about 6.
That's a Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix first down. And, Jacob, talk about the blocking up front on that play.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they've done a great job so far, especially when they bring in that heavy set package, able to kind of exploit it a little bit. Roman does a little stutter step, allows his blocks to develop, and then just runs full speed downhill. So a great job to get about a 6-yard gain on the play.
Clock now down to 1:45 to go till halftime. McMinn still with a 14-0 lead, but the Mustangs once again putting together a solid drive.
Ball snap. Looking. He's going to take off. Nope, he's going to throw out wide to number 8, McCooch. Had a couple guys open on the field.
Tell you what, if he sees number 16, Luke Hayden, across midfield, there was nobody within 15 yards of him. Might be talking about 6 points.
Yeah, so what could have been a big one ends up being a gain of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd, 2, maybe 2nd and 3 here for the Mustangs. Clock down to 1:09. Ball snap. Dosen looks, quick decision, throws, caught. Going to have enough for the Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix first down inside the 27-yard line.
Yeah, number 25 for the Mustangs on the reception there. I believe that was Crooms. Yeah, Brody Crooms, the junior wide receiver. Again, we talk about just the depth at that position for Walker Valley. Guys making big catches and big moments. That's a Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix first down. As Dosen's kind of letting this clock run as he's communicating with Coach Akins. They do want to play last possession here, but you want to ensure you give yourself enough time to get in the end zone.
Well, I know fans are very, they want this to go. Walker Valley still has all 3 timeouts, and they take one here. So that's going to stop the clock at 41 seconds to go. You kind of have to be able to balance that. You don't want to give McMinn any kind of time for anything funny to happen, but you also want to give yourself enough time as you're still around the 30. Are we inside the 30 now, down to the 28-yard line?
Yeah, and that is the 28-yard line is where they have this one marked. But to your point, too, McMinn, the quarterback for them, Lawson, has been so solid, and we've seen his arm. You don't want to give them any time to have another big play downfield. So I do like running a little clock. 41 seconds from where you're at is plenty of time. You've got 2 timeouts still in your pocket. Plenty of time to control that clock and work your way in for a score.
Absolutely. So, and I think a smart timeout there. You don't want to make any rush mistakes. Be able to kind of settle your guys down and say, hey, we got some time to work here. Let's do our thing and go down here and get a score.
41.9 seconds on the clock till halftime here at Walker Valley High School. The Mustangs trailing McMinn County 14-0. It's a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs deep in McMinn territory at the 28-yard line.
Dosen in an empty set here, looking over, communicating with his coach. So we got trips to the home, twins to the away. Stum looking.
One-on-one up here with Yulo.
As a man, he's going to get it out quickly. It's going to be nearly intercepted, knocked out of the hands, and the defensive lineman did a great job of trying to get to that football before it hit the ground.
Yeah, Dosen fired that ball in there, and it hit off the receiver and deflected almost straight into the arms of a defensive lineman for McMinn. Fortunately for this Mustang offense, not a turnover, but it was so close. One of those ones that has you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they've gone to the empty set a lot tonight. They like the matchups they have at the wide receiver position. But after that play where they sent someone off the edge that came unblocked, Dosen trying to get that ball out as quick as possible.
And he's got some help in the backfield. It looks like the pass-catching running back for the Mustangs, number 1, Spencer McCooch, is by his side to his right, shifting over to his left with 37 seconds.
Ball snap. They bring a man, thrown, caught, but the clock is going to continue to run. So down to 31 seconds. It looks like Coach Akins is going to burn his second timeout here as it's going to be 3rd down, and it's hard to get a spot. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like they mark it just past the 25 at probably about the 24-yard line. But, again, I like the timeout here from Coach Akins. You're able to get something kind of schemed up here. One thing that I want to see him try to do, you want to give your best option on offense a shot here in the end zone. Roman Yulo, you put him on an island again with a McMinn defender, you're at least going to get maybe a penalty, fresh set of downs with a well-placed ball, but give him a shot to climb the ladder and go get the football.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can kind of talk about, hey, if we get this first down here, we got to get back on the ball and spike it. You do have another timeout in your pocket. Don't know if you want to use it in the scenario if you get a first down. So able to kind of control the things that you need to control by having a conversation now about it.
Hey, listen, got a celebrity in the building with us from the draft. Josh Rogers hanging out with us.
So Walker Valley coming off the timeout. They're going to come out in trips to the home. Looks like single receiver to the away as they leave the running back in with him.
I like this look because Hudson McCooch on the far side of the field is single coverage there, man-to-man coverage, also shifting up his brother beside him in the slot.
Looking, Dosen out quickly, ball is caught, gets to the line to gain, and they're going to get up to the ball quickly. It looks like they might do an official timeout for a spot.
A spot
here.
Yeah, the clock did keep running there. The officials get it under control. But actually, so that was Coach Akins making that timeout there. So it looks like that was short. They're going to mark it just short, Jacob. So it's going to be 4th and inches. So this is a tough spot now. You're out of timeouts. Your success here is out of that load set with Roman Yulo running the football. Whatever you do has got to be Roman quickly getting that first down out of that load set, everyone getting back on the ball, and a quick spike by Dosen Stum.
Yeah, that's it. The spot is very interesting because it literally looks like it's inches. They're not going to bring the chain out here to measure, so they must have a good view of it from the sideline. So it must be about a ball length short. But you're right, it puts you in a pretty interesting scenario because you can run and the clock will stop to reset the chains, but you've got to hurry quickly to get back up on the ball to stop it.
And I can guarantee you that's what Coach Akins and his staff is telling this group right now. Like, listen, we're going to come out, load set, get the first down, and we're going to go right back and spike immediately. And hopefully in that scenario, you're looking at probably roughly there's 22.7 seconds on the clock. With getting the first down, a whistle stoppage, a reset, you're looking roughly 10 seconds, giving you enough time to get a few shots to the end zone.
So looks like they're going to bring Yulo in. It looks like McMinn is going to take a timeout here now. So we're going to take a timeout with him. We're going to send it back to the station for a 30-second break. We'll be back in 30.
Food. It's the right thing. But how you shop for it, that's all you. Order online.
Bread, milk, and fresh baked cookies.
And pick it up curbside.
Thank you.
Or have it delivered straight to your door.
Here's your Food City delivery. Oh, thanks.
With Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. 22 seconds left here in the first half of this ball game. McMinn leads 14-0 after Walker Valley has had a slow start, a couple uncharacteristic mistakes, turning the ball over a few times. And I like this. Number 4, Dosen Stum is in at the receiver position. That way, if they get this first down, they can get into their set. He's able to spike it and go.
Roman Yulo, 4th and inches here, has got enough for the first down. He's got to get down, and he does. 18, 17, 16 seconds on the clock as the Mustangs scramble to reset. Clock down to 11, and they're going to stop it for the reset. Blown, and Dosen's going to take a shot here, and it's going to be
intercepted. There's going to be a flag on the play.
I think that's going to be an offensive pass interference call, too.
Let's see what the call is. Again, just the mistakes here by the Mustangs, not able to capitalize. It looks like they're going to discuss what the call is here on the field, and judging by the reaction and where the fans or the players are going, it looks like McMinn is going to take over this football.
So a couple drives now for Walker Valley. They have been deep into the Kia Cleveland drive zone and unable to come away with any points. And those are big points as you're looking at a 2-score lead for McMinn, 14-0. McMinn defense, again, handling this situation with composure and grace there. I tell you what, not what you want to happen, obviously, for this Mustang offense. You just everything's kind of clicking, and then when you get inside the 20, inside the 30, just not able to do a whole lot.
No, you've had 2 interceptions inside your own 5-yard line, so just an unfortunate scenario here for the Mustangs so far in this first half. 11 seconds to go. It looks like McMinn is going to take it. They're going to hand it off up the middle. It looks like they're going to be satisfied with just taking this thing to the half with a 14-point lead as they do get the ball back at half.
Jacob, this last possession here is more of a situational turnover because I can guarantee you with more time on the clock, Coach Akins is going to keep running that load set, which McMinn really has only shown that they've stopped one time. So when you're running low on clock, there is a player down on the field for McMinn, but as you're running out of time on the clock, you're kind of forced to where you have to rush out of that first down, and Dosen takes a shot downfield, just an underthrown ball. Just because of the situation, it was just really rushed and not able to really get on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, we're going to take a break. Coach, how long do you want to send it back to the station before we get back? We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll try to get some stats together, kind of talk about the first half and our keys to the second half. And I can go ahead and tell you.
Defense, first drive has got to step up.
It's got to be huge. Got to be huge. So we're going to send it back to the station for 4 minutes. We'll be back in 4.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the free eScore home evaluation program offered by Cleveland Utilities. This program offers invaluable advice from experts trained and approved by TVA. A network of contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Sign up online at www.2escore.com or call Cleveland Utilities at 472-4521 to learn more. Always looking for ways to help our community. We are Cleveland Utilities, your hometown connection.
Harry's Truck Stop is here. Harry's Truck Stop, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston, featuring a full-service deli plus meat, 3 fountain drinks, and more. Harry's Truck Stop is here. Exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston.
Big news from Honda Cleveland. For a limited time, get the 2024 Honda Accord with financing as low as 1.9% APR. The Accord, a car and driver's 10 best winner for an amazing 37 years, offers sleek design, cutting-edge technology, and legendary reliability. Honda Cleveland is proud to be the Chattanooga region's only Honda President's Award winner for 3 years in a row, plus a Carfax top-rated lifetime dealer. You looking for a pre-owned deal? Our true certified pre-owned Hondas have financing at just 1.99% on select models. They come with a powerful warranty, a 3-day exchange policy, and 24/7 roadside assistance. So you're covered no matter where the road takes you. Honda Cleveland has your ride, backed by some of the best deals and warranties in the business. With Proof Credit, offer ends October 31st. Honda Cleveland, your car, your way, every day. I-75 exit 20, 1 mile east. Hope to see you soon.
It's time to come home to Jenkins Deli, Cleveland and Bradley County's heritage restaurant for over 40 years. The owners of Jenkins have raised the bar in food quality, expanded the bar menu with new seating, new televisions. And now Jenkins has a Sunday brunch. You have to try Jenkins' new barbecue, including smoked pork and brisket. Live music on the Jenkins patio every Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Dinner specials. It's time to come home to Jenkins. Follow Jenkins Deli on Facebook.
Turn your world yellow with Mayfield Dairy this fall. Whether you're wrapping up a workout or craving a tasty afternoon treat, our rich chocolate milk replenishes nutrients and provides high-quality protein to keep you going. Grab some Mayfield milk today and experience real, southern, sunny goodness in every sip. From our iconic yellow jugs to our delicious chocolate milk, everything tastes better with Mayfield. Turn your world yellow because the best moments are made with Mayfield Dairy.
Wright Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, "Go Mustangs!"
Want over-the-top selection and under-budget prices? Over 200 new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams, all under budget. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Crown CDJR Cleveland. And financing as low as 0% and discount up to $12,000. For 200 new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams. Get $12,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokees. Visit crownchrysler.jeep.com.
Select models. 412032.
At Zaxby's, we don't just make chicken fingers. We make the most premium tenderloin. 12-hour marinated, hand-breaded, fried to golden perfection. Deserves not one, not two, not even three, but your choice of 12 dipping sauces chicken fingers. Chicken fingers that you can dip, dunk, or drizzle in ranch, and Zax sauce, and spicy Zax sauce, and honey mustard, and tongue torch, and barbecue. And I'm out of time. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football. Supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend Andy Morris. And, Coach, not the first half that Walker Valley thought that they were going to come play, as they are down 14-0, and we were kind of just talking about it. That's a gracious 14-0. This could look a lot worse.
Yeah, once again, this is the Southland Finance Halftime Show located on Peerless Road at 25th Street, right in front of Ace Hardware. Visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. Jacob, to your point, again, with the amount of turnovers, obviously driving 2 or 3 times really for the Mustangs, potentially on scoring drives, and the second to last one of those 3, a big hit on quarterback Dustin Stum. McMinn comes up with the ball. Luckily, Troy Duskevich, very next play, defense for the Mustangs, and Troy Duskevich step up, force a turnover, get the ball back. But as far as inside the red zone scoring tonight, inside the Kia Cleveland drive zone, that is, the Mustangs not able to come away with any points. But you said this, Jacob, and you're 100% spot on. Lucky that it's not more out of hand than it is. 14-0, McMinn with a 2-score lead, and that is where we are here at halftime.
Yeah, and kind of getting ahead of ourselves here, McMinn's going to get the ball when they come back out. And really, if I'm that defensive staff in there, we've got to have a stop. And one key to that is they're having trouble with that 4 wide receiver set. I don't know if that's something new that McMinn is coming out just for this game. It's something that they liked in their numbers. But having the trouble stopping that, because you have to be able to respect those receivers that are streaking downfield. And then you have a couple low options as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustment Walker Valley makes here in the second half to be able to come out and get back in this ball game.
Yeah, so real quick, we're going to go ahead and go on over to our halftime stats. Once again, Waste Connections, wasteconnections.com, our sponsor for our halftime stats, provided by Mr. Rob Varner, who does a phenomenal job each and every week making sure that we're up to speed on the stats of the game. And here at halftime, Walker Valley, 12 rushes for 47 yards, passing 13 of 19 for 93 yards, 2 interceptions, so that's been a big factor in this one as well. Roman Yulo, 6 rushes on the night for 31 yards. Javen Hall, 5 rushes for 16 yards. When you look at the receiver position group, Dustin Stum doing a good job spreading the football around. Roman Yulo, 4 receptions for 36 yards. Hudson McCooch, 5 receptions for 36 yards. Tate Roundtree, 3 receptions for 17 yards. And then also, for the Mustangs, number 25, Brody Crooms, 1 reception for 4 yards. So, just, again, the issue is inside the 30, inside the 25, scoring, not able to get it done. On that first possession, Mustangs put together a great drive and then go to the trick play, and you don't have Dosen, who's your best arm, throwing that football. You put it in the hands of a receiver to throw downfield. And then right before halftime, you have that rushed, you're out of timeouts, short time on the clock. It's really a situational interception where you have to hurry and get back on the ball and either spike it, take a shot to the end zone. Coach Aikens and the offense chose to take that shot toward the end zone, and Dosen kind of rushed the throw intended for Hudson McCooch and underthrew the ball, which was well played by a McMinn defender, resulting in an interception. So really it's just been situational moments, big things going in favor of McMinn. When you look over at the defensive side of the ball for stats for the Mustangs, Tyler Goldman and Aiden Burns both lead the Mustang defense in tackles with 6 apiece. Malachi Nunez and Spencer McCooch have 5 tackles. Troy Duskevich with the forced fumble. McMinn is has 13 rushing attempts for 53 yards, and they're 9 of 11 passing for 125 yards. And penalty-wise, you look over McMinn, 6 penalties for 58 yards. Walker Valley, 3 penalties for 16 yards. In the battle for first downs, Walker Valley has 11 first downs, McMinn 9 first downs. So, again, looking at those stats sponsored by Waste Connections, ultimately what it is are key moments going in favor of McMinn at the time.
Yeah, and honestly, I said that today at work. I was talking to a buddy of mine just saying, hey, what do you think about this game? He's the head coach as well at the middle school, but he's from the McMinn area, knows that program really well. And we both kind of settled on the fact it's going to come down to who can make the big plays. And so far, McMinn has been able to make the big plays on offense and defense. And like I said earlier, you honestly kind of feel lucky to only be down 14-0. Walker Valley has done a great job controlling the clock when they have the ball, but unable to punch it in, like you said.
Yeah, once again, I want to give a shout-out to our board ops, everyone back at the station, Elijah Kyle and company. We appreciate you guys taking care of us. We've got the crew here for Mix TV tonight as well. Those guys spend a lot of time setting up and doing so much, and we appreciate them. And hopefully the guys at the station are enjoying some delicious Papa John's pizza, and they are hiring at Papa John's as well. Apply at pjunited.info. So we're roughly, as the Mustang band takes the field here, you got a Billy Haney scoreboard update for us?
East Hamilton 13, Ray County 0 at halftime.
Wow, so big game on the other side of this region over there. East Ham with the lead in that game. You said that was a halftime score as well.
Yes.
So, again, East Ham leading Ray County. You said 14-0.
13-0.
13-0. Okay, so again, up here the score, McMinn County 14, Walker Valley 0 at halftime. McMinn will be getting the football back. And, Jacob, you said it, this Mustang defense situationally has played tough tonight. Got to step up big early in the first half, or in the second half, excuse me.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some adjustments because, like us, they're able to move down the field pretty well. They're doing a great job of mixing up, bouncing the ball inside and out with their run game, bringing a lot of motions, a lot of eye candy for the defense to have to be able to decipher what they want to do on the play. But with that being said, there's some key formations right now that I think that Walker Valley is struggling on stopping, and the big one is that 4 wide receiver set. They've, outside of 1 or 2 plays, they've been able to kind of move the ball at will when they're in that set. So that would be something to see if Walker Valley comes out and different. They've been playing it in zone. We'll see what they decide to do here next.
ATS The Bridge raises awareness of the opioid epidemic, guiding people who are ready to seek treatment and encouraging them to sustain sobriety once they're clean. Find out more at atsthebridge.com. With that, you're listening to the Southland Finance Halftime Show. The score here at halftime, McMinn 14, Walker Valley 0. We will be back in 3 minutes.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hello, Jenny.
Grandpa, I heard you talking about the folks at Springdale Heating and Air being old-fashioned friendly. So how's that better than regular friendly?
Well, Jimmy, seems like folks are wound up pretty tight these days. They used to like to visit, and they would listen. It was common courtesy. Nowadays, seems like that's been ruled as inefficient. When I was a boy, we sat down on the porch, and there was an open invitation, drop in and just visit. The folks at Springdale are extra nice. Use good manners, don't rush, and take the time to listen.
Grandpa, do you think I'm old-fashioned friendly?
Jimmy, you do all right. I'll make one suggestion, though. When you're talking to someone, look them in the eye and put that phone down and let it rest.
I gotcha.
Springdale Heating and Air. Old-fashioned friendly. And always more than your money's worth. 479-6363.
Genesee Valley Urology is the home of the no-scalpel vasectomy. Find out more at tnvalleyurology.net or call 423-472-3201.
Caldwell Paving, paving the way in Tennessee since 1958. Caldwell Paving specializes in asphalt paving and seal coating. They serve residential clients, industrial and commercial companies, and subdivision projects. Conveniently located in Charleston, Caldwell Paving serves all of Southeast Tennessee. Caldwell Paving, old surfaces made new. CaldwellPaving.com.
Purchase 4 Bridgestone Dueler AT Revo 3 or Dueler AT Ascent tires to be eligible for $100 instant savings. Or purchase 4 Firestone Destination XT, Destination AT, Destination AT2, Destination MT, Destination MT2, Transforce AT or Transforce AT2 tires to be eligible for $100 savings. Limit 2 per household. At Cleveland Tire Center, 4699 North Lee Highway in Cleveland.
At Wholesale Supply, we're more than just a plumbing, electrical, and HVAC supplier. We're your partners in success. Join our family of customers today and experience the benefits of partnering with us. Enjoy free local delivery so you can focus on what you do best, getting the job done. With wholesale pricing, you'll save big on every purchase. Plus, our fast, friendly support team is here to assist you every step of the way. Our vast selection from top manufacturers ensures you'll find everything you need all under one roof. Find a location near you. Visit wholesalesupply.us for more. And remember, Wholesale Supply, open to the public.
Harry's Truck Stop is here. Harry's Truck Stop, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston, featuring a full-service deli plus meat, 3 fountain drinks, and more. Harry's Truck Stop is here. Exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston.
Duracell in Cleveland is now hiring mechanical skilled technicians from $22.17 to $27 per hour. Excellent benefits beginning day one. Medical, dental, and vision insurance. Paid vacation, holiday pay, 401k tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply at Duracell.com.
This Halloween, don't let the candy play tricks on your child's teeth. At Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga, we're here to keep those little things healthy and cavity-free.
From cleanings to braces, we make dental visits fun and easy for your little monsters. Our team is here to ensure that every smile stays healthy, no matter how much candy's in the bag.
Don't let cavities haunt your Halloween. Visit PDOC.com to book your appointment today. Have a fantastic Halloween from all of us at Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga.
Solutions Finance of Tennessee, your hometown lender. Locally owned and operated. Loans for used cars, motorcycles, ATVs, home improvement, furniture and appliance purchases, and other worthwhile purpose. Solutions Finance. Keith Street, phone 339-6772.
This is Dr. Brian Beard with the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. Believe it or not, if you have fear of going to the dentist, you are not alone. Sedation dentistry can completely eliminate this fear. In fact, most people that have sedation dentistry say they would not do it any other way. Call us today at 476-6541 to see if sedation dentistry is your answer to complete dental care.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris, and it is halftime. McMinn leads 14-0.
Once again, this is the Southland Finance halftime show, located on Peerless Road at 25th Street, right in front of Ace Hardware, and you can visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. So, again, 14-0, McMinn with the lead in this game that we've said it many times tonight is going to determine the region champion here in Region 4, Class 5A. Jacob, we talked about McMinn receiving the kick, coming out of the half. The expectations for the defense are pretty clear, as I'm sure Coach Henderson and Coach Akins are kind of game planning. We saw with the McMinn offense some different looks, some things that I didn't see from them watching some of their previous games, and really doing a good job getting pressure to the quarterback at times. But he, during those moments, has been able to get flushed out of the pocket. Once again, quarterback number 4, Luke Lawson, only a sophomore, has done a great job as he's flushed out of the pocket, finding open space, running the football for a first down, or guys getting loose on the edge. And as we've tried to jump a couple routes, it's turned into big plays.
Yeah, and honestly, that's really the flattest half of football that I've seen Walker Valley play this year. The only thing that I can even reference it to is that first quarter against Cleveland where they get jumped on big 21-0 and then are able, or 22-0, and then able to come back in that second quarter. Walker Valley and McMinn both taking kind of some long, methodical drives. McMinn has been able to strike, though, and be able to score. Walker Valley has turned over the ball twice now inside their own 5-yard line. It's been the game of big plays, and so far McMinn is winning those, and we're not, and we're going to have to come back out in the second half, kind of calm down a little bit, and just get back to our game plan.
No, you're exactly right. It's been a situational football game. Really is the best term I can come up with. If you look at stats, as we went over, once again, sponsored by the Waste Connections, wasteconnections.com, really, Walker Valley has done a great job offensively moving the football up and down the field, kind of eerily similar to what happened at Ray County. Able to get stuff going, but as you get close to scoring, you get in the red zone, you have turnovers, or you just kind of stall out. Again, a credit to the McMinn defense for making those situations happen. We would have liked to have seen the score before half, obviously, in that situation.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of the Cleveland game. Again, I sit here thinking about it. Walker Valley had 2 times where they had a receiver streaking downfield, and all the defender could really do was drag him down to the ground and not allow him to catch the football. But two plays that would have either ended up in large chunk plays or been scores for the Mustangs have been negated smartly, in my opinion. I'd rather give up 15 than 7. I know that's football math there.
Yeah.
But it's just been a game where Walker Valley hasn't been able to get their feet under them yet. And in this second half, the defense has a tall task because when you're starting 14 in the hole, you've got to, make quick work of things.
And Jacob, I think you're spot on with both those comments. You talk about things that were kind of working in your favor for Walker Valley offensively in the first half, and it was the deep threat downfield that McMinn, as you said, wants to take the 15-yard penalty instead of giving up a touchdown pass to either Roman Yulo or Hudson McCooch. Kind of pick your poison between the two of those guys. But coming out here in the second half offensively, I do think that's going to be part of Coach Pope, the offensive coordinator for the Mustangs, and Coach Aiken's game plan is you've got to put those guys, especially if McMinn's going to leave them on an island, man-to-man coverage, which what I imagine is going on in the McMinn locker room right now. They're high on how they've been playing against those guys. They're pumped up. They're saying, hey, keep playing lockdown coverage, lockdown defense. You guys are doing great. That might not be the right approach for McMinn because if you're Coach Aikens and Coach Pope, air it out to those guys because we've seen and know what they're capable of.
Yeah, you kind of have to make a decision here. Do you want to trust your defense and continue to run this same kind of offense where you're taking long, methodical drives and trusting yourself to eventually be able to punch it in? Or do you feel like you got to speed things up a little bit and start throwing the ball around?
With it being a 2-score game, I think the big play has to shift in your favor a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out here and do. The Walker Valley is finishing up their band performance here. They're probably going to put about 3 minutes back on the clock for the teams to come out and warm up, as Walker Valley's full football team hasn't made out yet. McMinn's is marching up the hill right now. So with that,
you're listening to the Southland Finance Halftime Show. Southland Finance, located on Peerless Road and 25th Street in front of Ace Hardware. Visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. We're going to take let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back here on Mix 104.1 and 99.1.
Do you suffer from unsightly leg veins? Are your legs turning brown or swelling? Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Do you have restless legs or leg cramps disturbing your sleep? These symptoms are signs of bad veins. Dr. James Gooden at Milligan Vein offers an office treatment that can make you look and feel better, and your procedure is covered by most insurance. Find more information online at milliganvein.com or call Dr. Gooden today at 423-961-5682 and get rid of those bad veins.
Hello, I'm Brian Poole with Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. We do own and operate our own crematory facilities. So once your loved one comes into our care, they never leave our care until we give the loved one back to your family. Something that people ask all the time is, where's our loved one going? They're going to stay in our care the whole time. That's comforting for families to know that they'll never leave our care until we deliver them back to the family. Let our family serve your family. You can reach us at www.pfhcleveland.com.
Attention, business owners and managers. Bring your team for team building to Leisure Time Bowling. Leisure Time Bowling offers your company or organization the chance to have fun together with bowling, great food, and a private meeting space. Research shows that team building leads to greater business success. Call Leisure Time Bowling to make your reservation at 728-2988. That's 728-2988 or ltbowling.com.
Voitic Center for Orthopedic Care treats all orthopedic injuries, including neck and back pain. At Voitic Center for Orthopedic Care, insurance isn't a worry because they accept all insurances and can even get same-day appointments or even walk-ins. Digital x-rays are even on site. Voitic Center is also a certified concussion care specialist. Contact Dr. Voitic and his staff at 479-3600 for your appointment today.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football. This week for Mix, got the Cleveland played last night, so we got the shot on Mix 104.1, and you're always listening to us on 99.1 as well. But you're sponsored by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Coach, halftime is nearing. I'm going to let you go ahead and read that for us.
Yeah, once again, this has been the Southland Finance Halftime Show. You can visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. Located right there in front of Ace Hardware on Peerless Road and 25th Street, right in the heart of Cleveland. And, Jacob, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to mince words here. It's time to pull up your bootstraps and go.
Make or break, do or die, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's 14. You're down 14 points. You're giving them the ball. The defense knows the task, knows the job. But, if you're sitting in that McMinn locker room, you also know that if you come in here and score, that's a dagger to the heart of the confidence of the team that you're playing. There's always a chance, but coming back from 21 down, especially when you've taken time off the clock and kind of shrunk the quarter already, Walker Valley's defense really needs to come out here and ideally get a 3 and out and get the football back. But, you just got to have faith in that Walker Valley defense who's been so solid all year long, and that the offense has come in with a good plan as well.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. One thing that you mentioned during the halftime, once again, this has been the Southland Finance Halftime Show as we get set to kick off the second half here from Walker Valley High School. Again, quick public service announcement before I go on. Very dense, heavy fog in the area, especially out in rural areas in the community, so please drive with caution if you're out in your cars listening to us or leaving the game tonight or heading to the game. Just be very careful out there. But, yeah, you said something about the Mustang team just kind of looking flat in the first half, and kind of looking at it, I thought back, and I agree with you on that. They do look a little bit more energized as they came out to warm up, and it looks like McMinn's kind of the ones now that, like, oh, hey, we've got a 2-score lead. We're good.
Yeah,
so hopefully we get a little bit of a shift here.
Yeah, hopefully so. And again, it's always tough when you start a game. Everybody's even and on the same playing field. When you start a second half and you've got a 14-point lead, you almost feel like you're having to crawl out of a hole a little bit. So the kick is up. It's going to be a long one that's going to bounce around the 10-yard line. Be taken around the 10-yard line. He's going to bounce it back into the middle. Walker Valley flushes him back inside, makes the first guy miss. He's down to the 25. He's to the 30.
Got to wrap him up.
He's got some room to run. He's to the 40, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
A very solid return by, I believe that was number 2 for McMinn County. That was number 2, Dakota Thompson, the 5'8", 148-pound senior wide receiver. So they've got some small guys that are some return athlete-type specialists that are very quick, and he did a great job giving McMinn solid field position to start this second half.
Yeah, he took that at the 8-yard line on the opposite side of the field and brought it all the way over to the 41-yard line closest to the home section where we are. But they're going to come out in a twin set. They're going to bring a man in motion, ball snap. They're going to hand it off out wide. Walker Valley does a good job of setting the edge, and they're going to tackle him right at the line of scrimmage. So a big play there for the Mustangs. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Hey, how about Caleb Jackson with the big tackle there? Number 20 of the Mustangs sniffed that one out right from the start. Wrapped up the ball carrier, and it looks like he's going to just get barely across the marker there of the spot of the ball. So they were debating if it was a loss or really it looks like no gain from here.
So 2nd and a long 9 here. They're going to bring a trip set to the home side, single receiver to the way. Lawson snaps. Throws it out wide quickly. Screen pass gets to the outside. He's going to be.
What a hit. What a hit. Number 2, Aiden Burns.
Aiden Burns is going to get a penalty for taunting here.
He absolutely unloaded on the McMinn receiver, who is slow to get up as he goes back to the turf. But you're exactly right. That independent insulation services penalty is going to be on Aiden after he delivered that hit, kind of doing the what do they call that one where they put their hands up in the air like not in my area or whatever it is.
I think he put him in a box.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen that a couple times. I'm not really sure
Yeah.
what it is. I'm normally the guy to turn to.
You got and listen, Aiden's a great young man, great ball player. Coach Akins is explaining to him, hey, second half of this game, we're down 14-0. We can't have any more of that stuff. He's telling his whole team right now, as you see him down there addressing it, cannot hurt yourself any more than we've already done in the first half.
Yeah, because, again, that's going to be an automatic first down here for McMinn.
Wojtek Center for Orthopedic Care. For all your orthopedic needs, visit them online, wojtek.com.
Dale's Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's, justcalldales.com.
But I will say this. Aiden Burns came up from that safety position. Again, great blocking from the McMinn receivers downfield. Aiden Burns is your safety valve there to make the tackle, and he came up and absolutely unloaded on that young man who is still being tended to down on the field. He popped up slowly after the play, walked a few yards, and looked like he was kind of favoring his lower half of his body and then dropped back to the turf. So with that, we're going to take a 30-second break. And, well, actually, it looks like they might be getting them up right here.
I can do a Billy Haney.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go over to Jacob for a Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update.
So, Bearden 21, Bradley 16. That's at the half. South Pittsburgh 21, Whitwell 0. Let's see. CAK 16, Silverdale 7. Let's see.
You got an update on that Ray County Eastham game?
I'll keep on scrolling through here. It looks like we've got McCauley 7, Lipscomb Academy 7. Let me see if I can get a score on that one. And last we checked, it was 13-0 at halftime. So they're probably just kicking off just like we were.
So glad to see the McMinn player up on his feet, walking off the field with the help of the trainer. 10:56 to go here in the third quarter. McMinn leading the Mustangs 14-0. What was going to be a 2nd down and 9 is going to be a first down now with that penalty, that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Mustang defense. So very unfortunate call there, but something that, again, you've got to clean that stuff up and not even give the official a reason to throw that flag.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate because that would have brought up a 3rd down there after the 2nd down play, but now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, and you're kind of in that mode where you've got to have a stop here. Ball snap, they're going to run it right up the middle. He's still on his feet and still chucking. He's going to get all the way down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, where he's going to be right at the line to gain.
I tell you what, one thing that I'm seeing right now, that was a big gain for McMinn, but this Walker Valley defense is playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They're frustrated, and they're in attack mode. So hopefully it's something that you can level out there and play fast, play aggressive, while also not giving up anything too big just because you're kind of flying around.
They're going to keep it on the ground, hand it off up the middle, and they're going to have another big gain on the play. That's going to get all the way down to the 20-yard line, knocking on the door of the Kia Cleveland drive zone. And again, Walker Valley's back's kind of against the wall here, needing a response with 10-12 down 14-0.
So that's going to be a fresh set of downs for McMinn right at the Mustang 20. Once again, the Cherokees working from left to right toward the school here at Walker Valley High School.
Ball snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle again. He's just going to pound his way forward for about a 5-yard gain on the play. They're going to mark the ball at the 15-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the run game is working for McMinn right now. And looking to see a player subbing out for this Mustang defense. And it looks like we've got Shantz, Diskevich, Sharp, and Ferris in on the D-line at the moment. Linebackers creeping up a little bit for the Mustangs here as McMinn has just went run, 3 plays in a row, and it's going to be 4.
Going to be brought down right at the line to gain again. A gain of about 3 on the play. Looks like that may bring up a 3rd and 1. So 2 big plays here coming for the Mustangs. I don't know the kicking situation for McMinn. If you can hold them to a fourth down, they may elect to take the points and make this a 3-score game.
I was going to say, if I'm Bo Cagle, I'm stepping on the gas. I'm not relaxing at all.
I'm with you. So, ball snapped. It's going to be up the middle, and he
big
stopped.
Big stop. He's going to be short of that first down marker. So that's going to bring up a fourth and what looks to be probably fourth and inches. Troy Diskevich once again with a big stop. He's had a solid night. And 4th and 1, really it's not even a full one. It's probably about 4th down and about a foot.
So the last time on 4th down, they elected to try to get the ball out wide. We will see what they try to do here, as it's only a couple inches that they need. They're going to go hard count, no biters, play clock down to 17 seconds. McMinn marching their way down inside the 20-yard line down at the 11. Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to have enough for the first down and a little more as he keeps his feet rolling, and he's going to take this all the way. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line.
Right up to the goal line. You can't get any closer to the goal line than that young man just did as he reached with a second effort trying to cross the goal line with the football, and the line judge ran right in basically on top of the goal line. McMinn working fast now. 1st and goal, handed off, and that's going to be a touchdown. Cherokees going up 3 scores with 7:38 to go here in the third quarter.
So, Coach, things are feeling like you're in kind of an urgency mode here. They get the ball back. You feel like you almost have them stopped. You get a penalty that extends the drive. Now the clock is down to 7:38. They lead 20-0, about to make it 21-0 as they shift back in to the extra point off of the swinging gate. But kind of desperation mode here for the Mustangs as they have to respond and respond quickly.
Yeah, you've got to get some points on the board probably this next possession. Clock already down to 7:38 to go here in the third. The extra point hold is down, kick is up. It looks good. They signal. It is good. So McMinn 21, Walker Valley 0, 7:38 to go in the third. And Crown is your Jeep and Ram headquarters in Southeast Tennessee, located off I-75 at exit 20. With that, we're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back here on Mix 104.1 and 99.1.
You'll save a heap of money with a smarter mortgage from TVFCU. Equal housing lender.
Harry's Truck Stop is here. Harry's Truck Stop, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston, featuring a full-service deli plus meat, 3 fountain drinks, and more. Harry's Truck Stop is here, exit 33 off I-75 in Charleston.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley Sports, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend Andy Morris. Your score, McMinn 21, Walker Valley 0.
Listen, I'll say this to lead us back in here. I have seen crazier things happen, so do not count this Mustang team out yet, as offensively we have the weapons, just the turnovers have really put us against the wall up to this point.
Yeah, this is a game that you feel like Roman Yulo has got to take over. Him and McCooch, the McCooch brothers, they're going to have to find a way to have some kind of explosive play to get us back into this game, because you're down 3 scores and you're already down to 7:38 on the clock in the third quarter. McMinn does a great job of running the ball and taking some time off the clock. And let's see what McMinn tries to do here as they line up to kick.
Yeah, got to be disciplined if you're the front line of Walker Valley here, as McMinn does. So they do an onside, but
they got it.
I think they touched it, though, before the ball got to the 10.
I could see it coming by the way that he set up.
That's why I mentioned that front line. So McMinn trying to put the dagger in the Mustangs early here in the second half. Listen, the kicker did a good job following that football and trailing that football then, because I felt like, obviously, the officials had much, much better view. I thought they might have touched it, but the officials right on top of it. He just did a good job following the football, as it was a perfect bounce and roll right to that 10-yard marker, which is how far the ball has to go before the kicking team can touch it, and they recovered it.
Man.
Unbelievable, huh?
I know. It just seems like all the big moments tonight are reserved for McMinn, as Walker Valley has not been able to really capitalize on much tonight.
Yeah, McMinn, the running game working in that last drive, and it looks like they're going to go right back to it first play here, and it's going to be enough for a first down as they break for nearly a 20, 25-yard gain, a huge gain, and it looks like things are going south here.
Yeah, you can tell the air in this building has just kind of left here on the Walker Valley side. If you want any chance, you've got to find a way to get the ball.
Get a takeaway.
Yeah, you got to get a takeaway of some sort, cause a fumble, something, because McMinn has a whole lot of confidence and a whole lot of momentum going in their direction. Ball is snapped, and there's
Ball's
the
on the
fumble,
ground.
but they fall right on it. Ball is going to be marked at the 26-yard line after the play, so that'll bring up 2nd and 12. But, man, it just kind of almost leaves you speechless, Coach. Just nothing so far for the Mustangs has gone their way as McMinn has capitalized on just about every mistake Walker Valley can make.
And really, with McMinn running the football, they're doing a couple things here. Not only are they moving it and getting first downs, they're keeping that clock rolling, which if you're Walker Valley, you need every second on that clock if you're going to make an attempt to come back from a 3-score lead here, as they keep that running game going with the quarterback who takes a hit low, and kind of similar to Roman Yulo, lands on his face mask, though.
Yeah, they did a good job of the read option there. They did a good job of the read option there. The quarterback kept it as the defensive end kind of sold out on the running back and does a good job of making it 3rd down and short now. 3rd and we're going to call it 2 here for McMinn. This is one of those moments in the game that if you feel like you've got any shot at all, you've got to get a stop here. Ball snapped. It's going to be handed off up the middle, and he does a great job.
Following his blockers.
Following his blockers, being patient, and he's going to be marked inside the 15-yard line at the 14.
Yeah, you can tell this Mustang defense frustrated with the way things are going right now. And again, they've been on the field basically the entire second half up to this point outside of special teams. So clock's already down to 5:44 to go in the third quarter. McMinn with a 21-0 lead. Walker Valley just clinging to anything they can do here to get back in this game.
So they're going to slow it down here and try to take as much time off the clock as possible. Play clock is down to 15 seconds. Lawson getting back into the shotgun. Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He had no gain but bounced it out wide, and now he's going to be all the way down to the 1-yard line again, just outside the end zone.
And there's a late penalty coming in here that looks like it's going to be against McMinn, so that could be a huge benefit to this Mustang defense. McMinn looked a little frustrated when the flag came out, so I do think that is going to be against the Cherokees.
Let's see what the head officials get together and talk about here. Still waiting on the call from the white cap.
Yeah, the officials down there huddled up discussing which way this one's going to go, and it does look like.
Yeah.
After the play.
I figured that's what they were going to. I figured that's what they were talking about because that's going to be a first down now, but it'll back it up after that. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty after the first down, which is going to put them back to right around where they started. It looks like about 2 yards off around let's call it the 16.
So that is going to be 1st and 16. McMinn still able to get a first down inside that 5-yard line marker. It did look, but it looked like the chains have moved, so it'll actually be outside the 5-yard line at about the 6 where they could potentially get another first down. 5:11 on the clock. McMinn up 21-0.
Still trying to get the ball set. Head official is about to drop his hand, and here we go. So, again, kind of desperation mode here for the Mustangs. 5:10 clicking down on the clock. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a pitch out wide. They're going to try to bounce it out to the numbers. He gets right about to the 15, so it's going to be a gain of 1 as the clock keeps on rolling.
Yeah, big open field tackle there by number 23, Braylon Beard, the sophomore linebacker for the Mustangs. Braylon missed the Pure Academy game out for a precautionary reason and really benefited from that bye week. But, man, has he been an impactful player for this Mustang defense all season long.
Yeah, just a sophomore, so got a lot of football left in him here at the Valley. But again, McMinn going to take every second they can off this clock. Play clock's down to 12 seconds, 4:24. Hard count, no biters. Now they snap it. Going to hand. Nope, they're going to throw it, going for the dagger. And it's going to be deflected by.
Good defensive play.
And it looks like there's going to be a flag coming in.
So that's actually, I think, going to be against McMinn again. So the flag was nowhere near the intended receiver or defensive back. It was here on the near side. And I saw, again, another McMinn player just kind of throw his hands up like, why did we just do that? But before I get ahead of myself, let's be sure that is what it is. Mustang players really just kind of winded, not showing a whole lot of emotion right now.
Yeah, it looks like he was talking.
Ineligible receiver downfield. So it was number 73, I believe, ran downfield and was trying to block. So that's the call. So penalties hurting McMinn from going up 4 scores on Walker Valley right here, and a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they elected to decline it as the pass was incomplete. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 10 here for McMinn. They're going to bring a man in motion, ball snap. They're going to hand it off to him out wide. They're going to try to get out to the sideline, and he does. He's going to be inside the 10. He's across the side, the long side of the field, so we don't really have an idea of where he is actually at, Coach.
Yeah, so it does look like the ball marker did shift to 4th down, so we know.
It is 4th and goal. They had the sticks up,
okay,
and then they laid the sticks down. It's 4th and goal, so they assessed the penalty. It was a 1st down. Then they got the 15-yarder.
Gotcha.
So now it's 4th down and goal here. From it looks like they have it at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, McMinn has got to get into the end zone or kick a field goal, which it looks like they might try to come on and do right here.
Yeah, this one, last time I was with you, on 4th down, go for it, keep your foot on the gas. This one, you've already got a 3-score lead. Now you can make it a 4 with a field goal here, and it's a very makeable field goal. So we will see if the McMinn kicker can extend this lead to 24-0 with 4:09 left on the clock.
Low snap.
Is up, kick is up. And it is
that knuckled through. Listen, that was a very low snap. Great job by the McMinn holder to get that one placed, and it knuckleballed through the upright. So McMinn 24, Walker Valley 0. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
L&B Appliance is your one-stop appliance shop, locally owned and operated, serving this area for over 30 years. They offer sales and service. L&B Appliance, located on Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland, 423-339-3231. L&B Appliance, large enough to meet all your home appliance needs, small enough to appreciate your business.
Imagine this. Handheld pizza puffs filled with mozzarella cheese and pizza sauce, topped with buttery garlic drizzle, with either 3 herbs or pepperonis. Well, it's a reality. Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Pick them up at 3 locations, Paul Huff, Peace Street, or McGrady Drive, or order online.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend Andy Morris, but not really the situation we thought we were going to be in. We thought this would be a close one, and so far it has not been. McMinn leads 24-0 with 4:05 left in the third.
Yeah, McMinn going to actually kick this one off this time, not go back to the onside kick, going to be fielded at about the 12-yard line by the Mustangs.
And he's going to be dropped at about the 23-yard line. So Walker Valley takes over with 3:58 here to go in the third quarter, down 24 points as McMinn leads 24-0. Walker Valley going to have to strike and strike quickly, Coach.
Yeah, and we talked about it during halftime. You've got to take those shots to Roman Yulo. He's been your guy. Hudson McCooch, obviously another threat. So McMinn is going to have to be tactful with, the coverage that they come out here with and get some help over the top, which does look like it. These safeties, this is probably about as far apart as they've been tonight, as they are starting to kind of creep up to play run a little bit. But you can imagine that, it looks like this might be a safety blitz right here.
So ball is snapped. Looking, going to be a screen pass out wide. Does a great job getting to the 30 and pushed out of bounds. They're at the 31-yard line. Again, Coach, I don't think you have to go strictly big shot, big shot, big
Yeah,
shot.
right off the bat. Yeah.
But it is time to start taking some risk. At the end of the day, whether you lose this game by 40 points or you lose it by 24, it doesn't really much matter. So if I'm Coach Akins, I'm going out and swinging as big as I can at this point. Ball snapped, and it's going to be blown dead. It was in the heavy set package. So normally when that happens, that is on the offense, and it's going to be a false start. So again, Walker Valley has shot their right foot off and is trying to shoot their left one off now.
Yeah, 24-0, 3:49 to go in the third quarter. After a good screenplay set you up for a second down and short, now turned into a second down and 7.
So, Walker Valley snaps. Roman Yulo's going to keep it. He's going to bounce it back inside. And, again, McMinn's done a good job of we've been able to get yardage there, but no big plays. They've been able to kind of keep us at bay with Roman Yulo running the ball. So 3rd and 4 here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, out of as many reps as we've seen out of that load set tonight, I think only one play went for 10-plus yards, and that was with Roman getting a little bit of a push on that. So clock now down to 3:20, 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs at their own 30-yard line, trying to pick up the 4 yards needed here as Troy Duskevich is checked in, and it looks like he's playing as a blocker here for Yulo, who is still in that load set.
3:05 on the clock. They're going to bring a man in motion across Roman's face. Ball snapped. It's going to be a Roman Yulo keeper, but he's met at the line of scrimmage. But, boy, he keeps his feet going. He's going to get a push here by his offensive line, and that's the difference in that run as he gets pushed past the sticks for about another 3 yards.
I tell you what, when you've got big number 75, Jeremiah Townsend, right up there in your face shoving you, that's something that results in some big yardage there.
Yeah, what's unfortunate is, we're in the scenario now where you're kind of like, we're 240 here. We've got to start passing the ball a little bit. But the run has been successful tonight. But being down so big, you can't lean on it too much right now.
And here it is. We're going to see our first shot deep, and it's going to be at a wide-open Roman Yulo. And it's going to be tipped, caught by Yulo, who's going to be brought down.
No, he's not. He's going to the house.
Unbelievable. So much happening.
Mustang. So
much happened on that play.
Ball thrown in the air, a little underthrown. It looks like we're going to get a penalty here, probably against the Mustangs.
Yeah, we got to cut out the extracurricular stuff going on, resulting in penalties, because you've chipped away a little bit here, but you've still got a very tall mountain to climb. And hopefully that is not against the Mustangs as the officials discuss it. But once again, penalty sponsored by Independent Insulation Services. But, man, it looked like that ball was batted around 2 or 3 times before Yulo ultimately came up with it.
Yeah, it was a ball that Dosen was going to allow Roman to go get and to try to high point it, but it ended up being underthrown a little bit, tipped by the defender. Roman with the body awareness to just turn around, tip it back to himself, catch it, and then he was wrapped up but fought through an arm tackle and then took off towards the corner of the end zone and was able to score. So let's see what they decide. It looks like it's going to be against the Mustangs. They're probably going to assess it on the kickoff. Again, if this is a celebration penalty or something, like, my goodness, you've had no juice all night long. Like, allow the kids to play a little bit. If it's taunting, I get it. You can't do it. So,
well, just to kind of be devil's advocate here a little bit, if I'm Coach Akins, I'm telling my guys, keep your antics, your performances gone for the rest of this game until we win this football game, because you're not doing yourself any favors. The field position battle has been the biggest problem tonight as far as, having to travel the length of the field and not score out of tough field position when you've been able to move the ball. That's something that I can promise you Coach Akins will address if this is in fact what that penalty is, but you cannot have any of that stuff going on whenever you're down 24-0 and then finally get on the board. Sideline. So that was a sideline warning.
So they called 2 sideline interference penalties in the same play. That's a new one for me here in the booth. Normally they end up being, you get the warning, and then if it happens again, then you get a penalty. So unsure of, maybe a player ran onto the field or ran into a referee.
Well, sometimes as the official's running down the field, if he bumps into anybody, he's going to let that flag fly. But for there to be two, that's a little odd.
Yeah, definitely so. So it looks like they're going to assess this on the kick, and now Walker Valley is not kicking the extra point. They are going to go for it here.
I'm telling you, they cannot catch a break, it seems like.
No, they can't. So the longest two-point conversion I've seen in a while, it's going to be taken from about the 17-yard line, I believe. So got to get 17 yards in one play. Dawson's going to go empty. They're going to back it up more. No, they're not. They're just they reset the football, so it's gonna be marked at the
nobody knows what's going on right now. Let's just
it's gonna be marked at the 18-yard line. Ball snap. Dawson looking, and he's gonna be dropped. They sent a linebacker blitz up the middle.
That was big number 37.
So that is going to make it 24-6 here for the Walker Valley Mustangs. Got something going, and then turned around and shot us right back in the foot. So the Walker Valley Mustangs kind of hobbling tonight, but definitely back on the board. So we'll see what they can do here after this 30-second break.
All Safe Storage was founded over 35 years ago by Ed Brown right here in Cleveland. And now they've grown to 5 locations in Cleveland and Bradley County. Get a free Penske truck rental when you rent a storage unit at All Safe Storage and get your first month free. Call 479-6377. That's 479-6377. First month free and a free Penske truck rental at All Safe Storage, and visit allsafetn.com.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football. Spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Your score 24-6. McMinn leads. I have a Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update. East Hamilton 20, Ray County 7 in the third quarter. So East Hamilton currently in the driver's seat to win the region.
So I want to confirm that, because I actually think if McMinn wins in East, yeah, you're exactly right. East Hamilton would be 1, McMinn would then be 2.
Yeah, because they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
East Hamilton beat McMinn 29-28, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a kick taken at the 15. Walker Valley does a good job of covering this one. They're going to drop him at the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here, and definitely tempers are flaring between these two. A lot of jawing going on back and forth. Walker Valley obviously frustrated with what they've put on the field so far tonight, but 2:23 left here in the third quarter.
Well, I hate to say it, but that energy just feels it's, too little too late.
Yeah.
Honestly, 2:23 to go in the third quarter, 24-6. McMinn with the lead.
You're going to need some kind of big play here in the next few minutes.
I take a Michael Wood pick six right now.
I would too. Ball snapped. It's going to be thrown, caught. It's going to be taken down to about the 30-yard line, where he's going to smartly just drop after he was wrapped up at the knees. So that's going to be a gain of about 9 on the play, 2nd and 1.
So even in the pass game, McMinn here keeping that clock rolling, as it's going to be 2nd and maybe like 3 inches here, it looks like 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, definitely need a big play here on defense for the Mustangs if you feel like you got a shot at this one. Ball is going to be snapped. It's going to be handed off up the middle. He's going to break a few tackles and take this all the way down to the 40-yard line, where he's going to be dropped to the ground by the Walker Valley defender, but not before he gets enough for a first down.
Yeah, one thing, Walker Valley is playing with a lot of passion and frustration right now, but you got to make sure you keep that in check. You cannot cost yourself any more with penalties.
So they're going to go trips to the home side, single receiver to the away. Going to take their time here as the clock is at 1:30 with 27 seconds left here. They can bring this all the way down to about 1 minute before they snap the ball if they want to. So they get back on the ball, trips to the home, single to the away. Lawson snaps. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Walker Valley does a good job of sniffing that one out. Looks like Troy Descavage on the play drops him for about a gain of 2.
Yeah, one thing that I've kind of enjoyed seeing Jeremiah Townsend getting some play on that defensive line tonight as well, him getting some penetration into the backfield, which, listen, Jeremiah's a big kid. He draws a lot of attention, and with that, you see Descavich and Shantz being able to kind of shoot gaps and cause some chaos as well.
So trips to the home, single to the away. Going to get a guy over top here finally. They're going to go hard count, no biters. 44 seconds ticks down on the clock with 15 seconds on the play clock. Walker Valley desperately needing a stop here on 2nd and 8. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a QB keeper up the middle, and he's got a lane to run, and he slides.
That's a dangerous slide.
And, well, they're going to get him for a late hit or some kind of.
That's almost unavoidable in that situation. As fast as he was running at that marker, the defender's approaching him as well. And ultimately, the rule is there: you throw the flag to protect the quarterback. Anytime he gives himself up to slide, regardless of how quick the contact is, when that contact's made, especially in high school football. We're not talking professionals here. We're talking about teenagers. The calls are going to be made to protect the players.
Yeah, that looked like I don't know if Lawson plays baseball, but he was able to get into that slide.
He's had a couple good slides.
Yeah, he was able to get into it really quickly, which caused a problem. It looks like they're discussing that now. Let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah. See a couple Mustang players frustrated, so it does look like it is going to be against the Mustangs. Personal foul. They're going to actually call that a targeting call.
So they're going to call it targeting on that. Interesting.
Yeah, that's such a quick developing play there. Again, that called on number 2, Aiden Burns, who's had some big hits tonight, and he seeks out contact. Aiden, not a huge young man, but extremely fast, and he flies to the football, and he seeks out that contact, and just a very timely slide in favor of McMinn.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, it just seems like tonight's McMinn's night. There's nothing that's breaking for the Mustangs. Everything's kind of gone against them. If you'd have asked me at the beginning of this week, if these two teams played 10 games in a row, what would the record be? I would say that Walker Valley would probably have more, but one of those nights where
makes you question that a little bit.
It makes you question it because McMinn has come out here with their tails on fire and it has caused havoc. They are the beneficiaries of being able to cause some disruption.
And listen, we got 12 minutes of football to go here in the fourth quarter from the MAC. McMinn with a 24-6 lead over the Mustangs. But I'll be the first to take ownership. Not at all what I talked about in pregame that I thought was going to happen. I thought this was going to be a very tight battle, one-score type of game. If it was going to be this type of game, it was going to be in the Mustang favor. I've been completely wrong up to this point, but we've got 12 minutes to get it figured out.
Absolutely. So, with that, we'll take a 30-second break. We will be back in 30.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck. It's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted, and they found me that truck.
Here. Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. It is the fourth quarter. Walker Valley trails 24-6 here in what was a region championship for Walker Valley, but it looks like if this Ray County East Ham game sticks, that East Ham will be walking away with a region championship.
Yeah, a team that Walker Valley went down and handled pretty well. Sometimes that's just the way things work out. As McMinn's going to take a shot deep here.
So it's going to be incomplete, overthrown across the middle. There was some pressure coming off the edge and kind of rushed Lawson, and I think he just sailed that one a little too much. So that's going to stop the clock. Every second that Walker Valley can get is a blessing. So that'll stop the clock at 11:55.
Second down and 10 for McMinn, again at the Mustang 34-yard line.
They're going to go trips to the away, single receiver to the home. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a QB keeper. He's going to try to bounce it out wide, and he's going to slide again. Again, it's a late slide as defenders are kind of coming on top of him. and Walker Valley does a better job of not attacking him there.
So if you remember, what it kind of reminds me of, they're very timely slides, too, as he's picking up his yardage. He knows when the contact's coming, and he waits till the very last moment to drop into a slide. It's very – if you remember the Pittsburgh quarterback Kenny Pickett, who would do the fake slide back when you're allowed to do that, he was really good. He would commit to the slide at times and – get lit up, but get big yardage on penalties just because he was a tough player and he could handle it. But
ball snap, they're going to drop back. Walker Valley sends pressure, and he does a good job of avoiding it. He's going to bounce it back and makes a throw. It is caught. And let's see.
They're going to say you hit the turf.
Okay, so that is going to bring up a 4th down here. But honestly, Coach, you're kind of in no man's land here at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, they've got to go for it here. Oh, they're going to say it was complete, but
yeah,
I guess his knee was on the ground. So
that's going to be 4th and short here.
4th and about 2 yards, it looks like on the field. They're calling 4th and 1 on the scoreboard, but it does look closer to be about maybe 4th and a yard and a half, 2 yards.
If you're McMinn, you can afford to take a timeout here if you want to go hard count, let this run all the way down, try to get them to draw off sides, and then come out with a play. But also, you've been able to get to all night long running behind the big number 37. So we will see. They're going to bring the big man in motion. Ball is going to be snapped. It's going to be a handoff, and he is going to be –
Sordaskevich was right on top of it. It looks like it's going to be short.
I don't know, Coach. I think they're going to mark
it. Might be right at the marker.
Yeah, it looks like he's about a half of a football over the line.
Yeah, McMinn signaling first down. It is going to be a first down. So big fourth and a yard and a half there for McMinn. And as the night goes, McMinn has been able to just
3 for 3 on 4th down.
Chip away at those. So fresh set of downs for McMinn now inside the 25-yard line of Walker Valley. Once again, the score 24-6 in favor of the Cherokees with 9:55 to go.
Yeah, and it just kind of feels, especially with them knocking on the door, that time is not run out yet, but it's running out quickly. Because if they extend this lead, it's going to make it virtually impossible for Walker Valley to make up that deficit. They're going to throw the ball out wide quickly, bounces it back inside. He's to the 20, going to be slips out of bounds. The turf has been incredibly wet tonight. Going to get a gain of about 5.
Yeah, no rain, but there was some rain in the area earlier today. Obviously, a very dense fog, so just a lot of moisture in the air, and it settles on that turf, and that turf is very slick. So with 9:34 to go in this ball game, McMinn 24, Walker Valley 6. We'll be right back here on Mix 104.1 and 99.1 in 1 minute.
Since 1993. Check Into Cash has offered cash solutions to our customers. The application process is simple, and the lending decisions are quick. If you've been approved, you can leave our store with cash in hand. Our loan options are built to handle life's small emergencies. We offer reliable payday loans and line of credit options. Visit our website at checkintocash.com to learn more about your options, and when you're ready, drop by our conveniently located stores in the Chattanooga area, including Cleveland and Athens, to apply. We also offer various in-store financial services like check cashing, money orders, wire transfers, and even gift card buyback. Take the first step toward a bright financial future. We're here to help and aim to be your one-stop money shop. Not all consumers will qualify. Eligibility, rates, terms, and conditions apply. Rates, restrictions, and fees apply to store services. Please call or visit your local store for details.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, here with my buddy Andy Morris. It looks like Jack Shantz was shaken up on the play, and doesn't look to be seriously injured, but is definitely hobbling off the field. Can't put any pressure on one of his legs, it looks like.
Yeah, Jack's getting some assistance from the trainers and looks like one of the medical staff here up at Walker Valley. So unfortunate to see that Jack Shantz has been such a contributor and a great player on the defensive side of the ball for the Mustangs, so hopefully he is okay. We will try to keep you updated as we hear more on that. Once again, heard from the station earlier, quick public service announcement, a lot of dense fog in the area, especially North Lee Highway, I-75, up on the north end of the county. So please, if you're out leaving the game tonight, wherever you may be listening in your car, please be very careful and pay attention to that dense fog.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 4 as the teams make their way back out onto the field. McMinn with 9:34 left on the clock inside the Kia of Cleveland drive zone. Lawson in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a handoff. Off tackles. Got some room to run. Bounces it out wide. He's going to stay on his feet all the way inside the 5-yard line down to the 3. And, Coach, you kind of just feel it in the air. The Mustangs, or the fans are quiet. The band is just now making their way back into the stands. Just kind of one of those nights where things have just not gone your way.
Yeah, there's no wind in the sails right now, just to be blunt about it. 9:26 to go in the game. McMinn with a 24-6 lead on the Mustangs. And this is one where kind of from the get-go, Walker Valley started the game with a solid drive that turned into a turnover early. And from that moment, McMinn seems to have had all the momentum.
Really, it seems like they've had the momentum really out of the jump, outside of the one big play by Roman Yulo. Just really not been able to get our feet settled. Ball snap, handed off up the middle, and he is going to be stopped short, but right at the line to gain is where they're going to bring their momentum. So he's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, one thing that we continue to talk about, that clock continues to roll, and time is not in your favor right now if you're a Walker Valley fan, trailing 24-6, and then obviously the costly penalties tonight for Walker Valley, which is very uncharacteristic, especially situationally. One coming after a touchdown play that keeps you from getting an extra point or being able to run a decent 2-point conversion play. You're trying to run a 2-point play from 20-some-odd yards out.
Absolutely. So ball is snapped. They're going to try to get it out wide. He bounces it back in, and he stays on his feet and then dives into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown, McMinn. So they lead now.
And things are getting chippy. So Michael Wood was getting tossed around, and one of his teammates came in, I believe. See if I can get a number on that. That honestly might result in an ejection because that was from behind the player's back. But Michael Wood was on the ground. The play was over, and the McMinn player continued to shove Michael Wood to the ground. And then I believe that was number 13, Mason Alexander, the senior linebacker, flew in defense of his teammate, which, I know you don't want to unsportsmanlike conduct player in ejection as coach is letting Mason know the situation right now, having a conversation with him. But if you're ejected, you're out that next game as well. So got to make sure that as the officials are discussing that, it does need to be noted that he was coming to his teammate's aid.
Yeah, again, but they normally give the penalty to the second guy.
Yeah, you're right.
And so let's see.
So offsetting penalties. So best case scenario,
and
credit
really,
to the officials
yeah.
For getting the penalty on the McMinn player who, after the touchdown, continued to. Michael Wood was blocking. He stopped blocking, or not blocking, but was being engaged. And Michael got tossed to his back, and the McMinn player kept shoving him to the ground, and that's when Mason came over. So offsetting penalties, I feel like, is the correct call there.
Yeah, and really credit to the officials as well, because an ejection is huge here for both teams.
Yeah. Blocked extra point by Michael Wood.
Can't take it to the house in high school, but if you were able to, he would be in for 2 because he had a good run with that as he scooped it up and went to the edge. But so the score 30-6 with 8:27. We're going to send it back to the station for a 30-second break.
Looking to furnish your home office? Look no further than Joe Rogers Office Supply. They have a great selection of office furnishings to complement your home. From desk to seating and filing solutions, Joe Rogers Office Supply can be your source to complete your home workspace. With furnishings from DMI, Eurotech, Hahn, and ISR Performance, they can design a workspace that can be uniquely yours and increase your efficiency for years to come. For the best in setting up your office, see Joe Rogers Office Supply. 156 Central Avenue in historic downtown Cleveland.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long
by a wholesale supply group, open to the public. Once again, the score here, we're trying to figure out some playoff scenarios right now, but the score here, McMinn 30 after that Michael Wood blocked extra point, Walker Valley 6. So McMinn getting set to kick off to the Mustangs here as we're trying to figure out if this score stays final here, this lead for McMinn, the Mustangs will be the 3 seed out of our region, and we're currently trying to figure out what's going on in the connecting region for the playoffs up in Knoxville. I believe it would be Lenoir City as the return is bobbled by McCooch, but he's going to take it, and then the ball's going to hit.
McMinn wants to
So he bobbled the kickoff, scooped it up, and sorry, there's so much going on right now. Advanced it to about the 25-yard line where he was absolutely tattooed, and the ball came out, but he was able to recover. So the Mustangs are going to retain possession of that kickoff.
So
much going on right there.
If Walker Valley would be, if they're able to come back from 24, that would be a miracle. In and of itself with 8:19 left here on the clock. But, it's safe to assume that if McMinn can get one more stop here, that this game will probably end in a result with a McMinn County win.
So Walker Valley starting this drive, ball handed off to Javen Hall, who's got a good chunk yardage play. Going to be roughly about 6 yards. They're going to say the ball came out. McMinn signaling they have the ball, but I think Javen's trying to say he was down. Hudson McCooch pointing that he was down. They're going to give it to McMinn. Unbelievable.
Well, folks, that's just been that kind of night. We're sitting at that's either 4 or 5 turnovers here for the Mustangs. I'll be interested to see the stat line when it comes in because, again, it doesn't really feel like McMinn has beat us as much as we've just absolutely beaten ourselves up tonight.
No, you're spot on with that. And with turnovers mixed in, uncharacteristic penalties, it's just been the absolute recipe for disaster for this Mustang team who this game is completely uncharacteristic to what their season has been, but a lot of credit. McMinn has played solid ball as they're going to go deep here down the sideline. That one broken up, I believe. That was, let's get a number, I believe that was Aiden Burns on the pass deflection. But, yeah, a huge credit. You can't take anything away from McMinn. Obviously, Walker Valley has done plenty of things to hurt themselves, and I'm not saying that you were.
Yeah, you got to go out and play the game.
But McMinn has been so solid in every facet of the game that they needed to be. They've shown up and done that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, you've got to go out and play the game and execute, and they've done that. When the scenario has come and fallen into their lap. They've taken advantage of it and done such a great job. They're going to throw this out wide. Again, interesting play calls here. I guess they're just kind of trying to go for the dagger, back-to-back throws, which stops the clock with 7:49. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, the biggest thing right here in this situation, 7:49, as you said, Jacob, to go in this game. McMinn 30, Walker Valley 6. You've got to keep your players' heads on because you have the potential still, even with the outcome of this game, not what you're wanting, you've got the potential to make a very solid playoff run once again, and you need all hands on deck in order to do that. You can't have guys getting ejected, stupid things happening like that cannot take place here late in the game.
Excuse me.
So 7:38 to go in the ball game. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 as McMinn just continues to bleed that clock dry. Clock down to 7:28, 7:27, and rolling. They're taking their time, 30 seconds here on the play clock. A Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. Visit them online at voitech.com.
Dale's Heating and Air for all your heating and air needs. Just call Dale's. Just call Dale's.com.
So McMinn on this 4th down and 9. Again, plenty of time on the play clock. 12 seconds to go here on the play clock and ticking. That just no urgency whatsoever, as there shouldn't be from McMinn. as they're trying to keep this one out of reach from Walker Valley.
And you kind of try to keep players healthy as well. The least amount of plays you can run as possible, the better. McMinn is going to take a timeout here, so we're going to take a timeout with them. We will be back in 1 minute.
The Billy Haney Meat Company has been serving this community for 56 years, locally owned and operated and open to the public. Feel free to call or just walk in to get all of your bulk food needs with no membership required. Keep your chest freezer stocked with frozen and fresh hamburger patties and frozen chicken of all types. The Billy Haney Meat Company literally has it all. Those square pizzas we all loved in school, they have those too. And they keep a large supply of your favorite candy and chips. Call the Billy Haney Meat Company at 336-2468 or visit them at 2154 Old Charleston Road.
At Southern Heritage Bank, we provide tools to protect you and your accounts. Secure Lock Equip is an easy-to-use mobile app that puts the power to protect your debit cards in your hands. Simply use the free app to turn your card on or off in real time as needed. It also helps track your purchases. You'll receive a notification each time your debit card is used, before the sales clerk can provide you with a receipt. Prevent fraud. Control spending with Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley sports, supplied all season long by our good friends at Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Your score, Walker Valley trails 30-6 here with 6:49 left in the game. Ball snap, McMinn, fourth down, trying to convert. They're going to throw, and they do. That's just the story of tonight, folks. When McMinn needs an answer, they are able to get it, and Walker Valley just kind of coming out flat tonight after the bye week.
Yeah, a lot of credit, though, to this McMinn quarterback, number 4, Luke Lawson. He's great at prolonging plays and making things happen, allowing his receivers to find soft spots in the coverage downfield. That time, Marshall Goodner might recognize that name. His dad, Blake, was a former Bradley Bear, solid player on that 2000 team that made a run to the state quarterfinals for Bradley, his son playing at McMinn, and has another one down at UTC playing as well, who spent some time at Virginia Tech, also played at McMinn. So good friends with the Goodner. Shout out to those guys.
Ball snapped. It's going to be handed off up the middle. They're going to be stopped for a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Kind of trying to do our homework over here and try to figure out what the scenario looks like for Walker Valley. We believe that they're going to be playing Lenoir City. Not sure yet. We'll talk to Coach Akins after the game.
Either way, it's going to be on the road because Walker Valley is clinching that 3 seed.
And really what I was interested in, there's a chance where these two teams meet again.
In the second round.
I believe. I'm going to have to look at the bracket. But there's a chance where these two teams meet again. It would be at McMinn as they would be the 2 seed. Because as it sits right now, East Hamilton is leading.
Yeah, in that quarter, the way it works out, I'm pretty sure it's the 1 and the 4 from the same region and the 2 and the 3 from the other region. So with what's going on with that East Ham-Ray County game, East Ham beating Ray County, if that holds on, they will be region champions. McMinn 2, us 3. So that would have the 2 and the 3 in that same quarter bracket. So I believe you're right with that, Jacob, but we will confirm. Those of you that know any better, we might just be sounding like idiots right now.
Yeah, hey, if you know it, text us. If you have an idea of what it's going to look like, text us.
Sure, we're right, though.
I do think we are because Ray County would drop to the 4 if they lose. We would be the 3. East Hamilton would be the 1 and McMinn would be the 2, which means if Walker Valley is able to go up into the Knoxville region and secure a win and McMinn gets a win, these two teams face off again fairly quickly, and I bet you Walker Valley would be chomping at the bits for that.
So McMinn, 3rd down and 3 here, looking to the end zone. Pass overthrown, intended for what looks to be, I believe that was Goodner once again for McMinn. Good coverage there from Michael Wood, cornerback for Walker Valley. Michael Wood's done a great job in coverage. Nearly had an interception earlier in the game. Jumped the route so quick that he just got ahead of himself. But that is going to be 4th and 3 now for McMinn from the Walker Valley 13-yard line with 4:53 to go in the ballgame. McMinn 30, Walker Valley 6. The Mustang defense trying to prevent any further damage late in this ballgame. McMinn with a man-in-motion ball snap. Fake handoff, quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's got enough for a first down. He's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. So once again, number 4, quarterback Luke Lawson making something happen there with the read play, faked the jet sweep and kept it, and followed his blockers for another first down. McMinn clicking on all cylinders offensively.
Okay, so to break down the scenario, if we lose this game, which it looks like we're going to with 4 minutes down on the clock, we are going to be traveling to Lenore City, and it looks like McMinn will get Carnes, I believe. Excuse me. McMinn will get Carnes. If McMinn beats Carnes, Walker Valley beats Lenore City, you would see a 1-3 matchup. As McMinn is going to take this in for another point, another touchdown, just insult to injury kind of here at this point. But
so my question was, I was pretty sure that Carnes was locking up the 4 spot, which would have them playing the 1 from our region.
Oh, that would be Eastham. You're correct.
Yeah.
So if Eastham wins, it would be East Hamilton against Carnes.
Yeah, and that would be a different quarter. So the 2 and the 3, which would be McMinn 2, us 3, we would travel to Lenore City, play Lenore City, and then that would be against, I believe that's Clinton is who. Is that correct?
If they win that game.
Yeah, so we got to wait and see what's happening up there. It's confusing. We'll get it figured out, though. But, yeah, so Oak Ridge is the only game left for them, so that's pretty much – Oak Ridge is a very solid, tough team. So pretty much know what's going on here. Either way, the Mustangs will be on the road, it looks like, next week if this score –
holds, which it's going to.
4-12 on the clock, 37-6. I've not seen anything that crazy happen.
Yeah, there's craziness that's gone on, but not that crazy. So we'll kind of break down. We'll definitely have an answer by our coaches show next week. The good news is Walker Valley's still dancing. Sad news is it's not going to be at home.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people had a lot of focus wanting to win back-to-back region championships, something that's never taken place here before. But, again, this Mustang team has shown on the road last year it didn't matter. They can step up in big moments. I know this is a different team from last year, but we know what they're capable of. We've seen it. Hopefully this game can kind of provide whatever wake-up call that was needed in order to get back to what they were able to do last season in the postseason. So I'm being told 1 and 3 are together. So that would be us and East Hamilton, which, hey, I don't have a problem with that.
So Walker Valley, it looks like he might have been blocked into that tackle. I thought it was a late hit, but then seeing a player emerge outside of that, he was blocked. Oh, there is a penalty marker on the play. Let's see what they call.
Yeah, it was kind of away from the tackle, though. I'm curious to see what this is. It might be a holding penalty potentially. Yeah, that is, in fact, what it is going to be. Once again, our penalties sponsored by Independent Insulation Services. And while we're at it, Chick-fil-A located on Keith Street and Paul Huff Parkway. Download the Chick-fil-A app today.
So 4:04 here. Walker Valley is losing 37-6. And, I hate to say it, but we're already kind of turning the page here on the broadcast. The 1 and the 3, as long as that McMinn score holds, the East Hamilton score holds, East Hamilton will win the region. McMinn will be 2, Walker Valley will be 3, and Ray County should be 4. And that has us playing Lenore City at Lenore City. From there on out, I'm not sure what that looks like. It'd be the winner of the East Ham, and I believe, would that be Carnes?
Yeah, so Carnes is the 4, East Ham being the region champs out of our region. Well, man, I tell you what, such a chaotic scenario in our region. I know it was last year. There were so many different scenarios, but ultimately the Mustangs took care of business and was able to lock up that 1 spot in the region. With this tonight, the Mustangs beating East Ham and all the chaos that went on, obviously, with the Ray County and the Howard forfeit issue, which ended up not being a forfeit. Just so much going on here, but East Ham it does look like if they hold on, they will be the region champs, facing the 4 out of that region up there, which is Knox Carnes, and then Walker Valley, us being the 3 traveling to the number 2, Lenore City.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how things shake up. I know that we're going to be the 3, but against LC, I don't know that it feels like we'll be the underdog in that fight.
And I got to agree with you, but if the way we showed up tonight takes place, anything can happen. But a deep ball here intended for McCooch, and it's going to be broken up. No, Hudson McCooch looking for a penalty. No call there. Hudson got to keep those emotions under control a little bit. Very frustrated. He didn't get a penalty call as he went up for the ball. Felt like he had some hands on his shoulder pads.
So 2:25 left on the clock. McMinn able to hold us to a 3rd down and 8 here, and really kind of comes down to these last 2 plays. Walker Valley still trying to fight, but again, this game is kind of out of reach at this point. 2:07 ticking down. It looks like we're in mercy rule.
Yep, running clock. So under 2 minutes here. Dustin's thumb takes a snap. There's going to be a penalty here. Let's see what that is. Once again, Independent Insulation Services. All of our penalties tonight, which there's been plenty of them, sponsored by Independent Insulation Services. So as the officials figure this one out, one thing that I'm seeing down here, Jack Shantz trying to move around, getting some help from some teammates. Very unfortunate to see that. I hope that young man's okay. So that was actually an equipment timeout, so no penalty. Clock now to 1:24 and rolling. Stum drops back, throws to Hall, and Hall is going to get close to that 1st down marker around the 20-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark him right at it. Let's see, and they are going to give him the Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix 1st down right there for Javen Hall on the reception. Just kind of snuck out of the backfield there and did a good job knowing where that 1st down marker was.
So I'm going to try to find us an updated score just to make sure that nothing crazy has happened with that Ray County East Hamilton game. But as it sits right now, we believe that East Hamilton is going to be the region champs here as Javen Hall takes it up the middle for another Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Remix 1st down.
Yeah, clock now down to 30 seconds left to end this ball game. Coach Akins looks like he's just going to let this one, again, keep your players safe. Going to let the clock run out. So that's going to be a final here from the MAC. McMinn County made the trip down, and in a big way, the final 37, McMinn, Walker Valley 6. So we don't quite know who the region champ is yet as we figure out what's going on in that East Ham and Ray game, but McMinn is in the mix for that. We do know that Walker Valley is 3rd in the region. So with that, we're going to take about a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll have your post-game stats and coverage along with the coach's interview with Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins. Once again, there is a fog advisory in the area. If you're listening on your way out, please drive carefully. Again, the final, McMinn 37, Walker Valley 6. We'll be back in 5 minutes here on Mix 104.1 and 99.1.
When I became a Langley roof and my family called and got me ready for winter, I started looking around at the neighbors, and the one next door is missing flashing, the one across the street, the roof cap is all worn. I know their attic is getting drenched, all those memories. One on the other side's missing like 30 shingles. When you're a Langley roof, you know how lucky you are. I didn't cost any more, and Langley took care of the financing. My family, they made it easy on themselves, but most of all, they made it easy on me. LangleyRoofs.com. See a ready roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law. Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
Tennessee Wesleyan University offers more than 80 majors and minors at the undergraduate and graduate levels. With the TWU Pledge, students may be eligible to attend tuition-free. A 10-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio ensures students receive individualized attention, and Tennessee Wesleyan remains one of the most affordable colleges in the region. Visit tnwesleyan.edu to learn more about on-campus and online opportunities. Choose blue at Tennessee Wesleyan University.
Can you feel it? Changes in the wind. For over 25 years, Southline Finance has been your trusted friend to help when you've needed money for everything from automobiles to home improvement projects. But just as seasons change, exciting changes are happening at Southline Finance. They'll still be here to offer the same services they always have and so much more. Stop or come by one of our offices in Cleveland, Athens, or Chattanooga and find out how Southline Finance is growing to serve you. Our Cleveland office is located at 950 25th Street in front of Ace Hardware.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck. It's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted and they found me that truck.
Hey, it's Josh with exciting news from Wholesale Supply. I want to introduce you to Piper's Picks, now available in our Chattanooga, Cleveland, and Dalton markets. Thanks to our partnership with Piper Sturman and our friends at Progress Lighting, Piper's Picks brings you the latest trends and styles in decorative lighting. Browse our curated selection in our showrooms and make lighting your project easier than ever. Visit Wholesale Supply today and discover Piper's Picks, where style meets innovation. To find out more information and a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more.
Can you feel it? Changes in the wind. For over 25 years, Southline Finance has been your trusted friend to help when you've needed money for everything from automobiles to home improvement projects. But just as seasons change, exciting changes are happening at Southline Finance. They'll still be here to offer the same services they always have and so much more. Stop or come by one of our offices in Cleveland, Athens, or Chattanooga and find out how Southline Finance is growing to serve you. Our Cleveland office is located at 950 25th Street in front of Ace Hardware.
Want over the top selection and under budget prices? Over 200 new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams, all under budget. It's cheaper than today's at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Get financing as low as 0% and discounts up to $12,000. For 200 new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams. Get $12,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokees. Visit CrownChrysler.com.
Select models, 412032. ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Vols, Braves, Falcons, Bulldogs, and more of your favorite teams. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
The Billy Haney Meat Company has been serving this community for 56 years, locally owned and operated and open to the public. Feel free to call or just walk in to get all of your bulk food needs with no membership required. Keep your chest freezer stocked with frozen and fresh hamburger patties and frozen chicken of all types. The Billy Haney Meat Company literally has it all. Those square pizzas we all loved in school, they have those too. And they keep a large supply of your favorite candy and chips. Call the Billy Haney Meat Company at 336-2468 or visit them at 2154 Old Charleston Road.
Is your home too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter? At Central Heat and Air, your local HVAC experts, we've got you covered. Our top-notch technicians provide fast, reliable service to keep your home comfortable year-round. From installation to maintenance, we handle it all. You'll never be left out in the cold or the heat. Call Central Heat and Air today at 423-478-7778. That's 423-478-7778. Or visit us online at docsair.com. That's DOCSAIR.com. Central Heat and Air, your healthy home company.
Welcome back to Sports 99.1 and Mix 104.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football. Spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my buddy Andy Morris. Unfortunate game tonight for the Walker Valley Mustangs as they fall 37-6.
Hey, unfortunately, I'm up here talking and Jacob just ignores me when I talk, apparently. I'm just kidding. But, again, not the way things we didn't expect things to go this way is what I'm trying to say. And unfortunate ending, 37-6. McMinn in the running for the region championship. The reason that is not being called yet is that Eastham-Ray County game that's taking place. If Eastham is able to pull off that win, they will be region champs. But if Ray County wins, then McMinn is your region champ. So a lot of confusing scenarios.
So right now it's going to hold as far as the score at 20-7 in the fourth quarter. Just got a scoreboard update there. Not sure how much time is left in that one, but we do know it is 20-7 in the fourth for that game. So East Hamilton has a chance to pull what some would think was an upset. A lot of people in this region and area thought that Ray County would kind of come in and control that game, but East Hamilton kind of came out and punched him in the mouth early and has been able to hold on, kind of like how Walker Valley got punched in the mouth tonight.
I'm getting confirmation that game is final. So East Hamilton are your region champions, with McMinn being second in the region. Walker Valley is third, and Ray County will be taking that fourth spot in the region. So, man, I tell you what, it's been a very interesting season here in our region. Once again, Region 4, Class 5A. So Ray County is going to go to Oak Ridge. Ray County will be on the road at Region Champ Oak Ridge. Walker Valley will be on the road as the 3 seed against Lenoir City, who is the 2 out of that region. So things are finally being settled as we're getting that all figured out. We're going to take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll have post-game stats, your Dell's player of the game, and also your Waste Connections play of the game. So with that, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Have you heard? The Town Squire presents Student of the Month. Come in and register if you attend Bradley, Cleveland, or Walker Valley. Win a t-shirt or performance knit pullover, drawing each month of the school term. The Town Squire's new slogan is offering t-shirts to tuxedos and anything in between. Flag shirts, suits, sport coats, and shoes. The Town Squire, your local clothier since 1977. The shop that appreciates a customer. Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland.
Voitic Center for Orthopedic Care treats all orthopedic injuries, including neck and back pain. At Voitic Center for Orthopedic Care, insurance isn't a worry because they accept all insurances and can even get same-day appointments or even walk-ins. Digital x-rays are even on site. Voitic Center is also a certified concussion care specialist. Contact Dr. Voitic and his staff at 479-3600 for your appointment today.
At First Horizon, we know if there's a win, there's a way. Our team is here to help every step of the way with personal, business, or private banking. Stop by and visit us at one of our locations in Cleveland or give us a call at 423-559-7660. At First Horizon, we look forward to finding a way.
Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga is excited to announce the opening of their new Cleveland location at 680 Stewart Road. Our new location is combined with pediatric dentistry and orthodontics all under one roof. From routine dental cleanings to braces, we've got you covered. We can't wait to see you at our beautiful new office. Give us a call to get scheduled at 423-541-5500 or visit www.pdoc.com. Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga, where success starts with a smile.
Wright Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, "Go Mustangs!"
Welcome back to Mix 104.1 and Sports 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley sports, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, here with Andy Morris, also joined by Coach Akins. Coach, obviously not the result that you wanted tonight, but there we go. Sorry, I had to get the door fixed. Not the result you wanted tonight, but just tell us about your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, obviously did not play super great. I thought they did some really good scheme stuff that we hadn't seen. Their willingness to throw the ball. I knew, I think when we talked about it, their willingness to throw the ball is obviously very different this year. Quarterback's playing really well. That's a lot of reason why they're playing so much better. I didn't love, of all the things, the game's disappointing, obviously. Don't love losing 37-6 to a region opponent, but that's ultimately not the thing that's most frustrating. I think the way we interacted with each other, both coaching staff and players, we didn't handle adversity super great tonight. And listen, we haven't faced a ton of adversity. We can chalk the Ray loss up to, we didn't have our quarterback. So, you can make yourself feel better by saying that. But tonight, we were as full strength as we could be, and obviously still didn't perform great. So we've got to make sure that we take some time this weekend and really have some introspective time. And as coaches especially, we've got to make sure that we interact with each other better. And we were pretty chaotic there at the end, just because of things that were going so poorly. And you could, for our, relative for our program, we were pretty chaotic. So we got to be better than that. And we will be. Our kids have shown over and over and over that they respond well. So I expect us to respond well, and we'll drive up to Lenoir City, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Coach, I'm glad you brought that up. The playoff picture getting figured out. East Ham does clinch the region championship tonight with the win over Ray County. I know, listen, it's one of those things you look at what could have, should have been. But one thing, I'm a silver lining guy. I know you are too. We've seen how resilient your team can be. Obviously, from the get-go, it just seemed like things were off tonight. Couldn't get momentum going. When you finally felt like you had something going, something big or a penalty would happen, which is very uncharacteristic of your teams in general. Usually not really penalized a whole lot. And but looking at that silver lining, looking at Lenoir City, that really feels like a game that you can go in and not only be competitive, but really almost I know you're not an on-paper guy, but a lot of people, if we win this game tonight and we're matched up with them, we're the heavy favorite in that game.
Yeah, ultimately, I agree. It's something that we obviously are familiar with them. We've played them before. They were playing really good early in the season. I think they had some injuries, but they're getting back healthy. But ultimately, we have to be way more concerned with ourselves right now. We didn't handle tonight very well. You're right. There was and a lot of things that you say were out of character are things that we talk about. So maybe that also lends to itself that, hey, we didn't handle it well and we didn't have discipline. When we don't have discipline, we look like we looked with the penalties tonight. We didn't do a good enough job as an offensive staff preparing Dosen. You could see that. He was swimming, especially in the first half. We didn't prepare him very well. We didn't, they did the same thing coming out of halftime last year, 2 years ago, where they went down and scored and kicked the onside kick, and we should have known that was coming. So that's another coaching mistake that, as coaches, we didn't remind them on the way out. We've got to be better. We did not do a great job as coaches tonight. We didn't prepare our guys to be successful, and when that happens, you kind of get the product tonight. But ultimately, we've got to be a more disciplined football team. We got to respond better. And like you said, I've seen our team respond from tough losses before. It's a lot easier to get beat by 31 than it is to get beat by 2.
Yeah.
So, we definitely can go back and we can look at what happened, and we can go make improvements with ourselves.
Well, and with that being said, I'll say this. I would rather this happen tonight than us make this mistake in the first or second round of the playoffs. Still an opportunity to get things back on track and make another solid run at this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ultimately going to come down to how do we respond out of this? How do we come out of this? And over the weekend, how do we come back on Monday? What does our building look like on Monday? And I think if our building looks like a step forward, then I think we can do whatever we need to do to win these games coming up. I think if that building is somber and we're still bickering at each other, then obviously I think you get to a place where you go in limp into the playoffs, and it doesn't feel like we're limping into the playoff.
No, it doesn't.
It feels like we were playing really good football. We just had a really, really poor night, and then we didn't handle adversity well. So ultimately, that will be our message going in, and we're going to focus on ourselves. And I think if we handle ourselves, I sound like a broken record, but that's where we are, guys. If we handle ourselves and handle our business, we're going to be okay. But we've got to make sure we are the best version of ourselves. And tonight we weren't.
Yeah, Coach, we're going to go ahead and give the Dale's Heating and Air player of the game and the play of the game to Roman Ulo. It seems like
catch and run was nice, wasn't it?
It was, to be able to
really
have the
nice
awareness.
We got sideline warning and a sideline interference that put us out of 2-point. The 2-point play I feel like we would have. We had some good short yardage stuff that we liked, so we were ready going into that short yardage, and then obviously got put in a bad situation. We just didn't handle. We weren't very disciplined tonight, but that was a great play by Roman. Gave us a little life there, kept us from getting skunked tonight, so that's good. But ultimately, was too little. But it was a great play by a great player.
Yeah, Coach. Again, all the credit in the world to McMinn County for really their effort peaking at the right time of the season. Coach
They
Bo
always
Cagle,
do.
Coach Bo
They always
Cagle
do.
seems to always do that.
Yeah.
To your point,
Yeah, they always do. I feel like they, and he said as much. When you read their article from this week, it took us a little while to figure out who we were, but we kind of figured out who we are, and now they're rolling. They're going to be a tough out. I won't be shocked if we, win a few games and we're not traveling up there in the third round because they're playing their best brand of football that they played so far. So, really impressed always by them and by their coaching staff. They had a great plan tonight, and it really showed on the field.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us. I know not the result you wanted, but you still got your hopes and dreams in front of you as playoff starts. We'll turn the page to Lenore City and see you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate what you do. Go Mustangs.
yeah, tough night again for the Mustangs. The final 37-6, McMinn County coming away with the victory. But got to appreciate Coach Akins and his approach as he greets head coach Bo Cagle and McMinn, shakes his hand and lets him know that he's it admires what he does over at McMinn because Coach Bo Cagle is a guy who's been, I believe this is his 17th season, something crazy like that. And again, never can count McMinn out. Early in the year, everyone was like, man, McMinn's not good. That was kind of what was being said. And, man, did he get it turned around. So, again, all the credit to McMinn and Coach Bo Cagle, but appreciate Coach Akins' perspective and coming up and sharing his thoughts with us. So, with that, Jacob, we're going to have the Coaches Show next week with Coach Akins. That'll air pregame. It'll also be on the Walker Valley Football Facebook and YouTube page, along with the WCLE Facebook and YouTube page. So check that out. Coach Akins likes to do a good film breakdown with you in that second segment. It's a lot of fun. And Jacob, big weekend coming up, college football, right?
Yeah, buddy. Some big games. My Georgia Bulldogs are playing the Florida Gators, so that's always a fun weekend. So, but hey, we're gonna kick it back to the station. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week at Lenore City.
Yeah, next week on the road at Lenore City. So Mustangs, tune in, listen to us, but be sure travel up there and come support these young men.
It's time to come home to Jenkins Deli, Cleveland and Bradley County's heritage restaurant for over 40 years. The owners of Jenkins have raised the bar in food quality, expanded the bar menu with new seating, new televisions. And now Jenkins has a Sunday brunch. You have to try Jenkins' new barbecue, including smoked pork and brisket. Live music on the Jenkins patio every Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Dinner specials. It's time to come home to Jenkins. Follow Jenkins Deli on Facebook.
You've been listening to Walker Valley Mustang Football on Sports 99.1, supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. Download the free Mix 1041 app and listen on your phone or mobile device at mymix1041.com. The proceeding has been a present